Hello, welcome to another episode of Pick a Side with Riv. We got a guest here, Chance, and JC. Got the applause right there. So, okay, this show is gonna be loaded. I don't want you to. I know what you're about to say, Riv. I don't even want you to say it because we got about like 8 to 9 topics today. This might be a 2-hour long show. Okay, so the first topic that we're gonna talk about is Giannis. You know that the Bucks, they're about to get a gentleman's sweep. Instead, like maybe some miraculous things happens, but they're probably gonna get a gentleman's sweep. So, what are your views on Giannis after this series? I'll start with you, Riv.
It's rough. He just there's a lot he has to work on this offseason. Obviously, he has to continue to develop a jump shot. He has to develop a go-to move. He has to develop a post game that's just not backing down and seeing if you could dunk the ball. He has to get a turnaround. He has to do a lot. And I think at this point, the Bucks can't get much better. I mean, I think they could try to trade. I feel like they should have kept Brogdon over Bledsoe. But I feel like with that core, Middleton, Bledsoe, Giannis, they're probably going to run it back again next year. And I just don't see them really doing anything other than the same thing. Maybe going to the ECF, losing early, because I don't see that supporting cast helping Giannis go. So I don't know. It's tough.
So what do you think, Chance?
Well, to kind of piggyback off of River said, it's like
they're a copycat.
But the supporting cast for this playoffs has kind of been a bit iffy to say the least. Like the best they looked was when he was not on the court. And, you had Chris Middleton, actually playing like an all-star. So, I mean, I feel like if they would have, did this when he was on the court, then they may not have been down 3-0. Although the referees kind of had something to do with that in Game 2 with Mark Davis.
Yeah, it was a bad
at the end
calls.
of the game. So, I mean, I feel like if they can just continue to do that, then they might have a shot. But they're probably going home in 5 games.
5, so the next game.
I think he's doubtful. The next game.
Gonna play next game.
Yeah. So JC, you were really high on Giannis.
Yeah.
So do you still feel the same way?
Sheesh. This was, like you said, this was a player that I was really high on.
2-time
back-to-back
MVP.
MVPs, DPOY. But I mean, there's glaring holes in his game. Still doesn't have a jump shot. He's slightly gotten better at the 3-ball, but it's nowhere near respectable. He like I said, I feel like he needs a post game because when I watch Giannis, there's only 2 moves that he has. He'll back you down and try to dunk on you or just run straight into the paint and try to dunk on you. But when teams are loading the paint and letting guys like Eric Bledsoe, who's not playing this series, but other guys who are inconsistent shooters open, it's a recipe for a disaster. So, I mean, he's 25 years old. I think
it's called HB Power Run.
He's 25 years old. Oh, yeah, the play.
Yeah, that's his play. HB
That really
Power
is
Run.
his play. I mean, he's 25 years old. From what I know, he's a hardworking player. So I think the next couple of seasons or for the rest of his career, he has to just dedicate it on just being more skillful, adding a jump shot, adding a mid range, and maybe his game will take. It's crazy to say that his game could go to another level because he's already an MVP in DPOY. But if you add some skill, 2 times. So
wait, how bad does this look though on his campaign? His MVP DPOY campaign.
It looks really bad because when we look back in history, or even probably when we tell our kids, it could be like, oh, Giannis had a MVP and a defensive player of the year, but he got smoked in the second round by a team who I really thought that they were going to take care of in 5 games. I was vastly wrong. So Giannis needs to hit this offseason and just really just work on his skill, do what he can to see what they do next year when they run it back. And then after that, if I'm him, if the team is still the same, you got to get out of Milwaukee.
Well, I have a question. First, let me put my take on it. I think that Giannis, I don't know about you guys, but I thought he was hurt all series.
Think so?
Yeah, I thought he was hurt, and I think that Miami was probably the worst possible matchup for that Bucks team.
Yeah,
because let's not act
not even
like
the Bucks, more like just Giannis in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's not act like Giannis is getting guarded 1-on-1. He's not. They're building a wall for him. He is the focus.
I think that's more of the fact that he can't read a defensive scheme, and he doesn't know how to break a zone.
I don't even know. I don't even think that's it, because I think if you're a player that prides yourself on getting to the basket, if a team is making that the focal point, not to have you go to the basket, there's really nothing you could do if they're throwing 3 bodies at you at one time.
Kick out and hope.
But this is my question:
shooting,
when Jordan won MVP and DPOY the same year, right?
Yeah.
Did he win a finals that year?
He wasn't favored
at all.
at all
So when did he lose?
in the second round.
Second round. So
Yeah.
right when Giannis is losing.
Yeah, but it's a difference.
But he played way better than
Is
Giannis.
it-
No. I got this. It's a difference. Michael Jordan didn't win 60 games. He wasn't the number 1 seed.
What
He didn't
seed was
have He was about 4th.
He was
or
a
5th.
4th or 5th seed.
And he
How
put-
many
yeah.
games did they win?
About 51.
It's not that far off, though.
No, but he wasn't favored to come out the East at all. Like he was. It was Detroit favored to come out the
Yeah,
East that year.
bad boys.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, you could even when Hakeem did it in '94, he wasn't favored to come out the West. So Giannis would probably be the first guy who's favored to come out the East, win both awards, favored to come out the East, and panic in the second round.
That's why I'm saying
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little stain.
Is that true, or is that just recency bias? Because I'm sure when Jordan was playing, people were tearing him apart for what we're tearing Giannis apart for right now.
Well, we could say that.
You know, the thing is, in losses, Michael Jordan played phenomenal. He's not half of what he was in the regular season in this series.
I
Now,
mean-
it could be because of an injury, but the difference between Michael Jordan and Giannis is Giannis has not been playing that well this series outside of the last game when he was 8 for 10 and got injured. Michael Jordan, that entire series, was a phenomenal player, and they didn't lose because of him. So Michael Jordan is phenomenal in both wins and losses. Giannis right now is just looking terrible right now.
I mean, I could agree with some of what you're saying, but I feel like when a player has a bad moment, we're so quick to tear him down the second he has a bad moment. Just a year ago, Giannis was a sob story in the NBA. Like they were making documentaries about him. Everybody was praising for how far he came, and now that he has some success, now people want him to be torn down so quickly.
I think it comes with the success
Yeah.
with any player. I think
Like
that's just gonna happen.
Like if you're gonna be an MVP, then people expect you to win championships. So it's like
If you're gonna win it back to back,
LeBron,
you're gonna win it
exactly.
back to back. They expect at least a finals appearance out of one of those.
I expected him at least to be back in the Eastern
Yeah,
Conference
if you're
Finals.
gonna go back to back MVP, you got to be back to
At
back.
least go to the East,
You had the best record in the East
in the
You were-
NBA.
and you were statistically one of the best teams in the league, and you lose in the second round in 5 possibly.
Yeah, and the team
Doesn't look
looked
good.
it's at its best when he wasn't on the court. So.
That's yeah.
I think that's all that factors in. Like not just the fact that he won the awards, but the way they lost, and the fact that it was to Miami, who people they had as a dark horse, and the fact that they were one of the best teams. It just looks really bad. I mean, they could run it back next year, but will it be the same result? I don't know.
Will some of the players even be there?
Well, who will leave?
Because
Well,
Brook Lopez is a free agent.
He is. I thought he was locked up
No,
for like
he
the
is-
next couple of
he
years.
is a free agent. I actually saw the free agent list for this year coming up.
He signed a 1-year deal.
So who will be leaving? Nobody. They'll probably
Well,
run it back.
That's the same. It's going to be the same team. They're probably no. I'm pretty sure they signed back Brook Lopez.
I mean, if they
I
did,
could be
that's-
wrong.
they need
Probably
him.
I think it was on a 4-year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they
4 year?
signed him back.
But their weakness, everybody knew their weakness was always Miami. That was the team who.
Them in Philly
Yeah, but that was the team who
and
posed
Toronto.
Giannis the biggest trouble was Miami.
regular season. It was
Yeah,
bad when they matched.
That
up.
was them in Philly who they were actually the 2 teams that gave Giannis his worst field goal percentages in the games they played.
So should Giannis stay or leave?
Leave. There's nothing in
leave.
Milwaukee unless they
Leave.
bring
He should leave.
another
Yeah.
star in, like a high quality star. I'm just gonna throw him out there. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but like a Dame or something like that. But
like a Bradley Beal.
yeah,
Put another shooter with him. I think he's better than Chris Middleton.
Hell
Bradley
yeah.
Beal.
Yeah.
Not defensively though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Defensively, he doesn't fit what their game plan is. He's kind of like one of the worst defenders in the league.
I think
So
Chris Middleton's a little bit slept on, man.
he just. I mean, he was playing pretty garbage though.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
true.
Chris Middleton.
Nah, last game he was balling.
Yeah, he was balling last game, but for the most part, he hasn't been
Even
that
in that
good.
Orlando series, he wasn't playing that well either.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, I got a scenario because I was thinking about this the other day. So Giannis, they're talking about him going to Miami, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
So how would you feel if Giannis went to Miami, the same team that beat him? Do you think he'd get the same crucifixion that Kevin Durant got when he went to Golden State? Because when KD went, he lost to Golden State and people called him out for it. And if Giannis goes to Miami, this is basically the same scenario.
I'm gonna say no and yes. I'm gonna say yes. He's gonna get the criticism because they're gonna be like, you went to the team that beat you. I'm gonna say no also because in the fashion KD lost, he blew a 3-1 lead, so he was up. Giannis was never up on Miami. There was never a chance he got to even be beating them. So I would say like it would be a 50-50. Like he's gonna get slandered. Like you going to the team that just beat you, dominated you, all that blah blah. And then on the same side, it's gonna be like, yeah, but he wasn't up. He didn't blow a 3-1 lead. So.
I think he'd get way more hate if he went to Golden State.
Maybe.
Because I just don't feel like anybody wants Golden State to win anymore. I think we kind of accepted it was their time.
Yeah. I just realized what you said. Yeah.
And we just don't want them
what you mean
to
we
win
realized?
More. I mean, no, everybody.
I didn't realize.
What do you mean you didn't realize?
I want them to win more. Just win more.
No,
more,
I'm
more.
saying we realized it was their time.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They dominated the last 5 years in terms of all their finals appearances. But what team would you want Giannis to go to? Outside of Miami and Golden State, if you could pick one.
Like, it doesn't matter, like, the cap situation, anything?
It doesn't matter. Just whatever.
I'd like to see him in Dallas with Luka and KP.
Wow.
That'd be pretty cool.
You know they have the cap space to sign him, right?
That'd be crazy. I would like him in Chicago. We need something. So I would like him in Chicago. That's me. That would be
so JC, back to your question. Any team, but it has to be realistic. So you can't say like Brooklyn.
No, I won't. What would I like to see? Giannis. Let me think. I would like to see him in if you can get rid of Rudy Gobert, I'd like to see him in Utah with Donovan Mitchell.
They actually will have Cat.
That wouldn't be a bad fit.
That'd be a nice signing.
You'd have to get rid of Rudy though.
They just re-signed Donovan. Rudy is actually the year Giannis is up. Rudy's up too.
I would get rid of Rudy and get Giannis.
And Mike Conley's up. That big contract.
You know that the Knicks want to trade for Mike Conley? They want to trade Julius Randle for Mike Conley.
Why?
I mean, at that point, you're just trading something for something.
Nah, I wouldn't mind that move.
But what's the end goal?
Because he's capped for that year, right? Would it be?
Is it really? Because he's making a lot of money, or is
he'll be a free agent in 2021.
Okay, so then it makes sense. So they're planning for a year.
That's what they're fighting for. To that big free agency pass. To hopefully,
I actually saw that report today that the Knicks are like really, really, really want to trade Julius Randle, and I just thought it was funny.
I believe it. Do it.
So, do you think that Eric Bledsoe cost the Bucks? Like, they didn't re-sign Brogdon last year. Do you think they should have re-signed Brogdon?
I think that was one of the things where you take a risk and see how it goes later down. Like, remember how we was talking about the Jamal Adams trade? And it was like, all right, let's see what happens down the road. I think that was one of those, like, all right, we picked Bledsoe. This is the guy we're going to rock with. Let's see how it goes next couple years. Me personally, I would have taken the guy who's a better shooter, who can play. He doesn't play near the deep. He can play defense. He can play make. Yeah, but he can play make. He can play defense. He can shoot. So I would have took that guy to fit Giannis, the guy who needs shooters around him.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. They paid Bledsoe. I guess they value defense more at the time.
Yeah. But do you really need, like, Bledsoe? Like, if you're
you do, but you don't.
Yo, I'm not.
You're a good defensive team all around. And you're like Malcolm Brogdon's not a slouch.
Yo, I'm going to be honest with you, though. Like, I was looking at Bledsoe's shooting percentages, and they're not bad. I thought he was a Russell Westbrook level shooter.
How many attempts?
I think about like 4 a game.
What was the percentage?
Like 34%.
Was that this year or just like in general?
This year, but for his career, I think he's like a 34% 3-point shooter. Like, he's not horrible. He's not Russell Westbrook.
Well, Westbrook is really bad.
Maybe it was just last year because he was really terrible last year from the 3.
Yeah, because like I feel like with Bledsoe, like his motor kind of comes and goes. Like if he would have played the way he played in Game 4 for like this whole season, then it wouldn't be that bad. But his motor kind of comes and goes.
That's why he kind of left Phoenix. Remember, they traded him. They got rid of him.
He's put out that tweet saying, "Get me out of here."
Yeah. So
who put it out? Eric Bledsoe?
Yeah, he tweeted out, "Get me out of here."
I think a lot of people said they wanted to get out of Phoenix. I think Josh Jackson was criticizing the Phoenix staff, talking about y'all don't know how to develop players.
So we're on the topic of the Bucks. So we're gonna shift the focus off the star player. We're gonna go to the coach now, Mike Budenholzer. Do you think he's just a regular season coach?
Yes.
You know what's funny? Didn't he coach that 60 wins Hawk team that got swept?
Yeah.
They didn't really have a star though.
That's the thing. His teams are great teams. But they're not teams where I've never. Yeah, they're not teams where I looked at and said they're gonna win the chip. They're like that Hawks team. I'm confident. I I truly believe you were smart. You knew they were never going to go to the chip. You should have known that.
They went to 6 with Brooklyn, who was the AC that year.
Yeah,
That's when
you knew they wasn't going to beat
like,
LeBron and Kyrie. Like they just didn't have the star power. And I never picked the Bucks in last year or this year to go to the finals.
Yeah, I actually thought the Bucks would last year.
Oh, you thought? I didn't think.
They were up
picked Toronto.
2-0 and then like
I really thought that they were going to make it last
They
year.
just said put up the wall and like.
I'd never picked the Bucks.
I was with you on that. When they were up 2-0, I really thought they were going to go.
But I don't think he's a regular season coach.
I
I think he could be a championship coach. Definitely. I think
just giving better rosters, personnel.
Not even give it time. You just got to give it. He put together 3 pretty amazing regular seasons. And last year was, you can say ECF appearance is a successful season. This year is kind of a disappointing season. Yeah, that's understandable. But they had a magnificent regular season, so I wouldn't say he's a regular season coach. You just got to give it time.
The Bucks must hate Nick Nurse because they really popularized that wall on Giannis.
Yeah, man.
They really popularized it.
Smart.
But I was doing some research on Budenholzer.
Mm-hmm.
He's 32-31 in the playoffs. If he loses tomorrow, he's going to be 500, exactly 500. He's gotten swept 2 times in Atlanta.
Yeah, but they were both by LeBron though.
Both by LeBron. I
Yeah,
mean,
they were,
I feel like if you're a 60-win team,
And
Should
that's
get a
the
game?
thing.
you
like,
have to at least get a game.
If your best player is Al Horford and my third best player is Kevin Love, I really don't see how you're really about to get a win or 2.
and
They had DeMar Carroll.
Oh God!
Yeah, and it's not even that. Like they
Jeff
still
Teague.
had Paul Millsap and stuff, and
He was
he
good.
still like got them out of the first
Their
round.
starting
Kyle
lineup
Korver
was
was
Jeff
there,
Teague,
too.
Kyle Korver, DeMar Carroll, Paul Millsap, and Al Horford. I have Kyrie, LeBron, and Kevin Love. You're not gonna be like.
Not even one game.
I feel like he did.
I didn't think they were
last
gonna win a
Boston
game.
beat them one game without Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah,
That was off a
I think
buzzer
one game
beater.
is not
Yeah.
too much to
That
ask
was a
for.
buzzer beater though. That's a game winner. That was
But do you
honestly luck.
guys remember if any of those games were close?
No, other than the game winner. Were you talking about with
no.
Boston?
With
With-
Boston,
with-
it was
with
No, with
Cleveland?
Atlanta. With Atlanta.
With
Atlanta
Cleveland?
and Cleveland. Yeah.
The closest game.
I think it was in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was
The
like
games in
game
Atlanta
one.
were close.
Game
The
one or
closest
game two.
game was game 4, and the Cavs won by 2 points because I remember that Jeff Teague turned the ball over in the clutch, and that's just how their season ended. But I knew that the teams that he coaches, like they have high expectations because of what they do in the regular season, but in the playoffs, I'm not really surprised that he's a 32-31
Question.
record.
You guys don't think maybe he's losing because his best player is not better than the other teams that beat him's best player?
Jimmy Butler.
Oh, well, other than this series, I don't know what's going on here. But last year, Toronto, Kawhi.
I mean, I thought last year Kawhi and Giannis. I mean, we were arguing all year who was the better player. So I thought like at the time, if Kawhi was better, it wasn't by that much.
Okay, who did you think was better last year?
Kawhi or Giannis?
Yeah, like
Kawhi.
oh, okay.
But
what
to
about you?
lose 4
Kawhi.
straight though?
But
To
you thought
lose
it
4
was by,
straight
like,
games in
a
the
wide margin that
playoffs.
he was better than him.
That's a
He's
lot.
not a
Kawhi's done
shooter.
it.
You mean Kawhi's lost?
I mean,
4
Kawhi's
straight?
lost 4 straight before. Tim Duncan's lost 4 straight before.
I don't know when the teams are this even though. Like as
When
Toronto
KD
and Milwaukee
Them
was last
OKC
year.
teams and those Spurs teams were pretty even.
Yeah, they were
and KD and them won 4 straight. They lost the first 2 and won 4 straight.
I don't know, man. I think at least you got to take it to game 7.
It was
at least one time.
And then last year, I mean, it was 2-0. Milwaukee was up 2-0. I mean, I know they lost 4 straight, but I mean, last year, I didn't think it was like I truly firmly believe Kawhi was better, but last year, I felt like like going into that series, I felt like you could have gone either way who was better. But I mean, obviously in the postseason, Kawhi Leonard proved that he was a better player.
I just think when the teams are like even, I really think it comes down to who's like your best player
But
at the time.
it was a 2 superstar matchup. It was Giannis and Kawhi Leonard, both superstars. So
In the Atlanta series, he got swept, yeah, but that's like, I mean, I don't think his teams were really that good.
I just feel like sometimes his teams aren't really that prepared for the postseason. Like that one year when they played Brooklyn in 2015, like it was 2-2 at one point with the 8th seed with a team that barely got in the playoffs. I just thought from that was raising red flags for me. And then the next series, they won in 7, and after that, they got smoked in the ECF.
Well, that's the thing. They never really had like a legit star, and like
Until Giannis.
and that's the thing against the Wizards. That didn't John Wall like break his hand or something?
What series? Which one won it?
I don't know
Wall
what you're
broke his hand
talking about.
against-
Against the Wizards in 2015.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Hawks played the Wizards in round 2.
I don't know if he broke his hand, though. I don't know. I don't know if he broke his hand.
Well,
Yeah,
either
that
way,
one.
he had got injured and had to miss a couple games, so that kind of went in Atlanta's favor too. So it was like,
Yeah, Budenholzer would be all right.
yeah, I think he's done more or less.
So now let's talk about something that's gonna break your heart. Leonard Fournette gets traded to the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Cut, not traded.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you guys got nothing for him.
Oh, damn.
Okay, Leonard Fournette signs to the Tampa Bay Bucks. Jaguars nucleus is destroyed. But what does this mean for Tampa Bay? Because Tampa Bay is looking really, really dangerous. Really dangerous.
Why don't you start us off?
All right.
Young buck.
So
No
this
pun
is how
intended.
dangerous they're looking. They have 2 1,000-yard receivers now, Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, arguably the best wide receiver duo in the NFL. Rob Gronkowski, whenever he's played more than 14 games, he's had 1,000 yards receiving. Last time was
So wait,
2017.
is that an if thing? Like if he plays more than 14 games? If he stays
If he
healthy?
does, yeah. But even when he doesn't, he still matches that production. He's still on pace to get 1,000. Leonard Fournette rushed for 1,000 yards in 2019. Ronald Jones, Rojo Jr., he had 1,000 yards from scrimmage last year, 720 yards rushing.
Wait, was that nickname supposed to like scare anybody or something?
Nah, that's what they call him, Rojo. That's what Bruce Arians called him. They have Tom Brady, the best quarterback in the NFL, along with the
Wait,
best.
what the hell?
He ain't the
Yeah,
best
he's the
quarterback.
best.
No, he's
the
not.
best quarterback in the NFL of all time. Yes,
That doesn't
he
even
is.
make sense. The best quarterback in the NFL of all time. That doesn't
How does
even
that?
make
Then how does that?
Nah, you said it like he was the best
Yeah,
quarterback
yeah,
right
no,
now.
that's what he
Like,
said. That's what he said. He
Nah,
said,
you're right. And then they have the number 1 rushing defense in 2019. They're all coming back. Shaq Barrett led the league in sacks. I think this team is scary. This team, I don't know. I
This
think
team sounds
I'm
like
picking
a
them.
whole lot of good things that might go wrong. That's what it sounds
You mean
like.
go right?
I mean, it
I feel
definitely
like
could
it's
go right. But I feel like we said the same thing about the Cleveland Browns last year.
that's true.
And then they just ended up being really, really
the Cleveland
bad.
Browns were coached by Freddie Kitchens.
I'm just saying. I just feel like this is the same thing. Everybody was hyping up the Browns. Like, yeah, the Browns this, the Browns that. And then they just looked really, really
I mean,
bad.
I wasn't hyping up
Granted,
the Browns.
I'm not talking about you.
You said everybody. I'm a part of everybody. I'm in that
Well,
conversation.
obviously, you didn't hype them up, so you're not a part of everybody no more. I don't know, though. They're definitely loaded to win the NFC. So we're gonna have to see how all that fits together. But they have Tom Brady.
Depends
so.
on Tom Brady.
Does
I
it
think
though?
that's
I don't think he has to play
the
that
Browns.
like great.
Yes.
All he has to do is play good. He has 2 1K receivers. He has Rob, and then he has a 1K running back.
Well, so you're saying he has all the weapons, right? So
Pretty much. He
he's
doesn't
gonna-
have to play like amazing.
I mean,
Compared to what he had last year.
Yeah,
deserves
what
it.
do you think he's gonna do this year
probably like
statistically? Like if you had to just
give
take
him
a guess,
about 3,500 to about
4,000 yards
4,000,
throwing,
about 30-5.
30 and 5.
I think 4,000 is the minimum that he's going to get.
I don't think he's
passing
gonna.
this
Well, I
year.
think because they're gonna give Leonard Fournette a lot of touches, and that little Rojo guy you was talking about. So
USC running back.
I don't
He's
care
really
about
good.
USC.
Ronald Jones Jr.
I don't. But yeah, probably like something like that in that range. Maybe 4K. He might touch 4K.
Would you be surprised if this whole season turns into a disaster?
I would laugh.
Would you?
Yeah, I
be
would definitely be like extremely surprised. But I'll tell you the same thing I said just now. Same thing happened to the Browns. They got hyped up and then they just panicked. The Bucks haven't made the playoffs in how long?
I think it was like 2006.
Yeah, they need that. They need this. Like this is needed. They're terrible.
I feel like you're talking down on the Bucks right now. I don't like it too much.
What are you going to say to me? What can you honestly say
one,
to me?
You were comparing the Browns to the Bucks in terms of the expectations.
No,
but
I was
feel
comparing the hype. I was just comparing the hype.
I feel like that's wrong because the Browns had Freddie Kitchens and the
The
Bucks
hype was
have,
still the same.
The Bucks
Was it
have
not?
Bruce Arians.
Yeah,
The
they have
hype was still the same, though,
It's
wasn't it?
still the same,
But the Bucks have Bruce Arians. They have Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator.
But you
He's
said
one
I
of
was
the best
wrong.
in the
But the
NFL.
hype was still the same, was it not?
No, but the situations are completely different.
But was the hype the same?
Everybody felt that the Browns were either going to be okay or very bad.
That's just a lie.
Nobody is
You're
expecting
lying.
the Bucks to be bad. They're going to make the playoffs. That's guaranteeing they're going to make
People
the playoffs.
were guaranteeing the
I'm
Browns to make the
guaranteeing
playoffs
the-
too.
the Bucks
including me.
gonna
I
make
actually
the
thought the
playoffs.
Browns were going to be good.
People were
last year.
talking about people were talking about Browns. They're going to make the playoffs. This, that. They're going to run the division. Blah blah blah
Some
blah
people
blah.
saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl too.
Yeah, like what do you? The hype was still the same.
Maybe Max Kellerman said it.
He's smarter
people
than you.
people that know football though. They know that they weren't going to be that good. I remember we were talking last year, and I said the Browns are either going to make the playoffs or they're going to be a disaster. I told Jason
Didn't I
last year.
just say that about the Bucks?
Yeah, but the Bucks have no.
Like, what?
The Bucks floor is playoffs. Their ceiling is Super Bowl. There's no way the Bucks missed the playoffs this year. Absolutely no way
You mean
they
to
missed
tell me
it.
this team's floor is just the playoffs?
Yes, this team's floor is the playoffs.
So if they make the
they
playoffs,
play their worst, they're making the playoffs.
Stop talking. If they make the playoffs and they lose, say for example they don't get the first seed, right, and they lose in the first round, you would still say this is a successful season?
No, that's their floor though. If they play their absolute worst, they're gonna make the playoffs.
I say floor is NFC Championship.
with this team.
Yeah, with that team, yeah, definitely.
So how is their floor in NFC Championship? But you were just saying they might be really bad.
I'm saying no. The hype is the same as the Browns because the way people are gassing them up, it could happen. But they're really based off the talent alone on paper. Come on, bro. Floor of playoffs. Seriously, look at the talent.
I think that
you expect way more.
So do you?
He does,
yeah, of course. I mean, I picked them to make the playoffs before.
I know
Tom
what
Brady
you're doing. You're saying floor playoffs to set yourself up just in case they lose, so you can say I told you so. But no, their floor should definitely be higher than just.
No, I'm saying their floor is the playoffs because I think the hype for the Browns was, yes, they got a lot of talent, but Freddie Kitchens is a first-year head coach.
Yeah, that's true. They got a better quarterback and a better coach.
Like Bruce Arians has took Carson
so
Palmer. We thought he was washed coming out of Oakland. He comes to Arizona, and Arizona Cardinals run that division for a couple of years. Bruce Arians is a proven head coach.
What year was that again?
2015, yeah. And came on the MVP.
Thanks.
And the Bucks went 7-9.
Carson Palmer's, right?
Yeah.
Palmer. Thank you.
And Bruce Arians won 7-9 last year with Jameis Winston throwing 30 interceptions. That defense, I mean, I love Jameis, but
okay, back up.
I'm just saying that they had such bad quarterback play, and they still won 7 games. That's why their floor, the least, if they're their absolute worst, they're going to make the playoffs.
I mean,
if they're their absolute worst.
You just plugged in a bad quarterback for a really good quarterback, so.
I mean, I don't think Jameis is bad. I think he's mediocre.
It's not about what you
He's
think
mediocre.
Right,
he's not bad.
all right, who over here thinks he's mediocre?
Like he's just okay.
Yeah.
He's just okay, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, he threw
he's
30.
not.
I don't know. Like
he's just okay.
No, his highs are really high. Like
he just throws
one of the best.
The ball
but
over
his lows
much.
are really low.
His lows are really low.
So he's like a. Okay, I get what
he's
you're
like
saying.
a jack of all trades. Like you don't know what you're gonna get from.
Nah, but like
I thought a jack of all trades is somebody that does everything.
Yeah, he can do everything. He can turn the ball over all day, or he could throw a lot of touchdowns.
Although, but that's the thing. Some of his touchdowns were in garbage time because like he would throw like a pick six and he would just, you know.
Yeah, I got my guy right here to tell you what it is. Thanks,
I don't know
Chance.
if that's so true. I think
Well, no,
because most of the games I've seen from him.
Why did you watch them?
I mean, I watch every team in the NFL. I study football, man. So I watch every team in the NFL.
Wait, Joel, I want to say this though.
So you mean to tell me you watched the Dolphins play last year?
Yeah, I caught some of the games, but I watched every single Arizona game. I watched Detroit's game. I watched.
Detroit's actually fun to watch, so I understand.
I watched.
You watched them play football?
The Jaguars. I watched them when they were. Chance looked at me. He was like this.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like
even Chance used to say, "Bro, don't watch us today."
Because like even though I'm a Jaguar fan, like I'm a realist when it comes to it. Like I know the team's not really that good. Okay, like I get that. So like, as far as this year goes, I guess it's tank for Trevor. Or
that's what you got to do.
I mean,
you literally have to tank for a chance to not even get him. That's crazy. To
so
me.
let's move on to that. Let's move on to the Jaguars.
Oh my God, that's what he looks like.
I was going
Leonard Fournette.
That's Leonard and that's Yannick. The two players that just got traded.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, so bro, why are you guys tanking? What's wrong with the Jaguars?
I mean, it kind of it really, honestly, it goes back to 2016. Honestly, I mean, they brought in Tom Coughlin. You know, because they were often saying that the Jaguars were like, it was like a loose ship, you know, it was like player
ran.
Yeah. So, you know, he came in, he tightened it up and everything, but a lot of the players on the defense, Jalen Ramsey, a couple of other guys, didn't like how he was running the team. You know, he'd have the clock where it'd be like, if you're on time, then you're late, so you'd have to come in 5 minutes early.
It just sounds like school.
It was. That's why Jalen Ramsey's tweeting, "Free all my dogs."
It was school, but they definitely didn't learn anything.
And the thing is, I mean, look, he's not wrong. And the thing about it is that even though that team was good in 2017, a lot of the issues that they had last year and in 2018 were in 2017. It's just that they were winning, so it kind of covered it up.
And 2017 was the year they made the playoffs.
AFC Championship game, yeah.
And almost beat the Patriots.
Almost. That's not winning. But
hey, man, I remember when we were talking about the Jaguars that year, and remember when Chance was getting really excited about them, and we said that they're not going to be the Jets when we made it 2 straight AFC championships.
Yeah. You guys actually did say that.
Yeah. And Chance was like, "You will see."
Yeah, he did.
You will see.
That's funny.
I mean, look, Andrew Luck obviously retired at the beginning of last year. And Lamar
You
Miller
definitely said last year you guys are going to make the playoffs.
I did say that.
Yep.
I did
Thank
say
you for
that.
reminding me that. Yep.
Because look, I'm looking at Andrew Luck got injured. Well, not
Wait.
injured,
What
but
did
he
Andrew
retired.
Luck getting hurt make you believe that your team was good where you can make the playoffs?
No, because it's less competition.
Andrew Luck was going to win the division.
Because like the year that we went to the AFC Championship game, Deshaun Watson got injured as a rookie. Andrew Luck I don't even think he played that year. I think he had like surgery or something because they had Jacoby Brissett starting. And it was the Titans, but, I thought that because of injuries and I'm expecting the defense to still be good, even though we got Josh Allen. He's nice, by the way.
Damn.
I thought that we would be good, but, you had Nick Foles. And
Talk to us about that because he loves Nick Foles. So speak to us about that.
yeah, I mean, I wasn't a fan of the signing when it first came out anyway. So it was kind of like a conflict of interest with me picking the Jaguars because my whole thinking is if Nick Foles is what Joel says he is with the defense, then they should be able to win a division without Andrew Luck.
And then what did he show you? What did he become?
Well, he became a terrible signing that goes on the Jaguar front office, and I'm gonna get into that. In a sec.
You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking that if Gardner Minshew would have been the quarterback in 2017, you guys might have beat the Patriots and made it to the Super Bowl that year.
I mean, you could say
Stop.
that.
Stop.
Wait, what?
Stop.
Well, he didn't turn the ball over as much
Stop.
as Blake
Yeah, Blake Bortles or Gardner Minshew. Like
Gardner Minshew, when did he get drafted?
Last year.
He's a rookie.
How the hell are you just going to throw him in 2017 like that?
No, I'm saying if he was a quarterback there.
Well, if
Yeah, but
you're-
how are you just gonna plug him? He
I
got
think
drafted last year. You're just gonna push him back.
no,
2
but
years?
if Gardner Minshew was given the same team, he can do something with
He's going to
that.
go off of his stats from the rookie year. I mean,
Gardner Minshew is really good. I really like Gardner Minshew.
well, I mean, like if he
a
played
good
like
quarterback.
that and he was in the league, then yeah. But I mean, I don't know
what if?
because again, Gardner was a rookie,
ifs.
Blake wasn't.
Yeah, Gardner.
And there were too many times last
Blake
year where the
was
Jaguars
trash.
couldn't score in the first half. Like they were averaging like 3 points
Blake
in the
was
first
the worst
half.
quarterback.
when in 2017
No, last year.
last year.
2017
Can I
offense was
can I ask you a
decent.
question though? Was your offense that good in 2017? Like, did you have weapons around?
It was
Blake
above
Bortles?
average because Allen Robinson got injured week 1, but you had
Their
Marquise
defense
Lee who
carried
played
them.
all
But it's
year.
also
Allen Hurns was decent.
those
Leonard
type of
Fournette,
numbers
you know.
are really deceptive because when your defense is that good, you create turnovers and field position
Yeah,
for your
short field.
offense.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
Like they weren't. The defense really had to be elite for their offense to
They were
maintain
elite.
its
Yeah.
performance.
yeah. It was
So
best
you guys
defense
have
in
yet
the
to.
league.
So you guys have one playoff appearance in 10 years.
Yeah,
Tough.
yeah, it's bad.
But I have this question for you. So you guys are obviously tanking for Trevor. Do you think that Trevor Lawrence, like based off what you've seen in college, do you think that he's actually gonna be that good?
I mean, I think that he can. I think that he can be really good. I saw him play against Ohio State, and he wasn't exactly the best, but even though he had an off game.
I think the question is this: do you think
He can turn the franchise around.
if you are the Jaguars general manager, are you just kicking Gardner Minshew to the curb for Trevor? Or are you like, no, we're just going to keep Gardner Minshew and build with him?
Well, I mean, like honestly, it's going to depend on how he does this year, and I don't think that they gave him. He didn't get
Depth.
He didn't get the best hand dealt to him because they gutted the whole roster. Okay. And they didn't even really get him any good offensive weapons. I mean, I'm not really relying on rookies.
Chark is good. That's
Well,
about it.
I mean, yeah, but
D.D. Westbrook,
Chark
no,
is
and
mad
the
nice.
thing
He's
is,
mad good.
they were all there last year, and the offense was still only averaging
Josh
like 3
Oliver.
points. He can't stay healthy. He's on IR, man. I'm being dead serious. He like broke his foot running in a training camp like a few weeks ago.
Wait, so
oh my god.
wait, do you think you don't think Trevor Lawrence is that good?
I don't know how he's going to transition to the league. I mean, I think he's a great prospect, but I feel like he's not an Andrew Luck level prospect to me. Like Andrew Luck is the best quarterback prospect I've ever seen come out of college, and I don't see that with Trevor.
His pro
I mean,
day was
Clemson
crazy.
faces some really bad teams. They don't have good competition at all.
I mean, like for the most part though, when he goes up against top competition, he does do pretty well.
Last year against LSU,
All right, if you want to take out that
I mean,
one
he
game.
has played like 2-3 years, so you got to kind of like put it all in.
And he's only lost
context.
one game his entire career.
Say that one more time.
He's only lost one game his entire career.
winning is
That's
not
crazy.
a quarterback stat, bro.
It's not.
It
I don't
matters
think
though.
so.
What
It
the hell?
It's not. What do you mean?
I can name I can name a plethora of first rounders that come out of Clemson.
Okay, all right. Well, listen. If winning isn't a stat, then Gardner Minshew's the franchise quarterback. Then
no, I'm saying winning is not a quarterback driven stat. Like I don't feel okay when the Jaguars won and made it to the AFC Championship. Is that due to Blake Bortles?
Blake Bortles got a contract extension because of it.
But are we
really did though?
Okay, yeah. That's because the Jaguars
Nick Foles got a contract extension because he won the chip.
That's because the Jaguars are dumb though.
Because you won.
We knew that they didn't win because of Blake Bortles.
Well, no, but if you think about it though,
he lost me with that.
In the AFC Championship game, Blake Bortles actually did. He didn't do terrible. He actually did, in the first half he did really well. In the second half, it kind of like fell off, but. You know, when and look at Ryan Tannehill. He took them to the AFC Championship game.
He got paid, right?
He got like
so it does matter.
something million over like 5 years.
No, yeah, solid, steady quarterback play.
And Joe Flacco
but,
with the Ravens.
I was praising Ryan Tannehill the whole time, but you guys were really down on him, talking about
Derrick Henry. That's not what we're talking about right now.
Derrick Henry carried.
What we're talking about right
now. You don't even got to go to the playoffs this year.
It's a toss up.
But
right
you
now.
were just
this is a toss up right now. That's not what we said though. You said,
and we know
winning
Derrick
is not
Henry,
a QB-driven stat.
We know Derrick Henry
no, it's not, because I feel like there's
though?
more stuff that attribute to winning than just the quarterback. And there's difference for different teams, especially in college. Like, if we're going to bring up college stats and winning, Dwayne Haskins was phenomenal.
He was a phenomenal college quarterback.
Yeah. Okay, but that's why I said I'm not sure how he's going to transition to the NFL.
Only been in the league for 2 years.
To give me a stat in college about how much he's won, I really don't care about that when talking about how he's going to transition to the NFL.
I mean,
especially with the competition and
if Trevor Lawrence was losing, we wouldn't be talking about him as much if he was winning. So I don't.
Daniel Jones lost a lot at Duke, and he was.
Although he was kind of a late bloomer, though.
He went to Duke. Duke isn't a football school. He went to Duke.
No, I know, but I'm saying
they're not projected to win though. Like that's.
But there's quarterbacks that haven't won a lot that have.
I mean, but if Trevor Lawrence was if he's at a winning football school, so if he was losing there, it would be a lot different than him actually winning. He's lost one game.
Every quarterback outside of Tua that's went to Alabama, what quarterbacks have gotten drafted high in the NFL and they've won a lot?
Was it Joe Namath?
No, it wasn't Joe Namath. I'm talking about recently.
I'm talking about Alabama. I'm talking about recently.
I'm talking about Greg McElroy.
He was trash.
Those type of guys.
Couldn't throw the ball past 40 yards.
Alabama just started getting
terrible.
Okay quarterbacks.
Yeah, no, they're more about running the football and playing defense.
So I feel like you can't be, especially coming out of college, you can't just look at winning and be like, oh yeah, this guy, he's won so much.
But how is I don't really watch much of him, but how is Trevor Lawrence mechanics and like how's his potential? Like, does he have a strong arm? Can he run?
Yeah, he's prototypical. Well? He's like 6'6", 215.
That seems like a
they've
good
been talking about this young man since the day he walked into Clemson.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was like the number one recruit coming out of high school too.
Yeah, I mean he has all the. They've
been talking about the Jaguars are going to tank for him for mad long.
You've been telling me this since last year.
Well, because the thing is, if you look at all the roster moves, it would come across as we are tanking. And
you are tanking.
You are tanking.
No, you are.
It's not come across.
No,
what you're doing.
the team will say otherwise. And the
team won't say otherwise.
Every team.
No, yeah, they will.
Every
you
team.
Think so?
Every team.
You think the Jaguars walk into this year and say we can compete?
Well, yeah. And listen, and Riv, that's the
teams
thing
in the
that doesn't
NFL
really make sense because
teams in the NFL they don't really tank. The front offices do, but in terms of the players are going to play hard. The coaches are going to scheme every game like it's their last game.
And that's the thing that's so weird about this because
no, it's
like if they decided to tank, then I really wouldn't be against it because it shows that you have a plan. Yeah. But you have the GM and the head coach who are under a mandate that they're supposed to win, and you're giving up all these players. That's why this doesn't make any sense to me.
No, I feel like if you in the locker room, it's like you and the guys know, like we're not gonna make.
Well, look, so sure. Joel, we're obviously Jets fans. I know there was like a couple seasons ago where they were projected to go 0-16. And that team ended up winning 8 games with Josh McCown. So, I mean, I was on board with us tanking that year. But the Jets pulled off 8 wins with a 39-year-old quarterback. So, I don't think any team in the NFL tanks on purpose.
And I really believe in Minshew. Not as like this excellent top 10 quarterback, but just as a quarterback that can win games.
Yeah, he's decent.
He's definitely going to ruin their plans for tanking. Minshew.
I mean, look, if you're going to put... Because a lot of times people say, well, the Jaguars had all these problems. They still won 6 games. But if you're going to really put it in the context, they beat the Bengals, and that game was close until Yannick Ngakoue, who's no longer with the team, by the way, got an interception that turned into a pick six.
But you have Kalavion Chasen, though. out of LSU.
Caleb on Chase on, actually.
Yeah, Chase on. And you have C.J. Henderson.
I feel bad for you
I
guys.
mean,
Your teams are terrible.
But the thing is like, I don't go into the season relying on rookies because
Talk to him.
at least to me, it's like
Talk to Denzel Mims. Talk to him.
Wait, isn't he injured?
Trying to tell him.
He's back now. He's gonna be ready.
Don't rely on the rookies, man.
He's gonna be dumb nice.
Because like the thing
Next
is with
Jerry
me,
Rice.
like I feel like if you get anything from the rookies, it's kind of just like you're adding gravy on it because you really don't know how they're gonna respond in NFL. And the thing is with the second round wide receiver we got, Laviska Shenault, like they're saying he could be really good, but I'm looking at DJ Chark and his first year was terrible, and it took him a year before he became what he was. So I really can't rely on rookies. And when you got 16 rookies starting.
Damn.
That does not go towards winning.
Yeah,
and the
John
defense,
DeFilippo is still your offensive coordinator, right?
he's John Gruden.
Yeah, not gonna win a damn.
He went to Chicago. I think he's the quarterback's coach there. But it's like the Nick Foles reunion because they.
So you're not gonna make the playoffs?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we might win 3 games.
God damn.
Well, no, because look, you got to look at the schedule. We got the Colts. We're playing
You
the
got your division. I get that part.
You're facing the Packers, the Ravens, the Vikings. The Chargers.
Damn.
And see, people think that we're going to win 8-9 games down there. And
you just don't see it.
I'm like, what do you want?
I feel you.
Because like, again, you gutted the whole defense. And again, people say Gardner won 6 games with all the mess.
I talk your shit.
Oakland, okay? Yannick Ngakoue and Calais Campbell were big pieces of that game because it was 16-3 at halftime, okay? The defense didn't give up anything else, and Gardner was able to come back. The 2 guys that were most responsible for that are no longer with the team.
Talk to them Jaguars fans. Talk to them. Talk to them. Tell them.
Yeah, I mean, look, guys. I love the Jags as much as you guys do, but you got to be real when it comes to this. And if you're gonna go into the season expecting we're gonna compete for a playoff spot 10-6, 11-5, I don't recommend that. And again, I would love to be proved wrong and they win and they make the playoffs, but they're gonna have to prove it to me because it's like no, because I've picked them to do well the last 2 years and it's resulted. Yeah, it's resulted.
So you're expecting disappointment again.
I am, and again you have to look at the roster. I can't rely on.
Dude, you said 60. You lost me when you had 16.
You said look at the roster 15 times.
That's more than half of the 22 players that started.
I said 16 rookies. That's crazy.
So I mean, like,
as bad as the Jaguars offense is
worse?
projecting to be, the Jets, we have less offensive weapons than you guys. You guys have Andre Norwell, Brandon Linder is there too, right?
Yeah, he's a center. Yeah,
like you guys have a better offensive line.
That's
you guys
AFC
have
stuff.
better wide receivers. Our tight end is better, and our running back is better, and our quarterback is better. But you guys have Sam Darnold's better than Minshew, bro.
Oh boy.
How about Jamison Crowder? What you think about him, Joel? You think he's gonna be having a good season?
Nah, he'll have a good season.
He's our number 1, right?
You guys are so
He's a
trash.
slot, though, yeah.
Oh my god.
But DJ Chark's definitely a better.
If I had
than
to put my money up on which one of your teams would make the playoffs, if I really had to choose,
you'd save your money.
I would just save my money.
Yeah.
You guys are trash.
And that's not including. We also got to play the Titans and the Texans.
That's tough.
So
I feel bad
because I was looking through the schedule the other day, and it's like I really can't find a team, at least on talent wise.
I wish we
that you guys can beat.
Yeah, because people will say the Bengals, but AJ Green's coming back. They had
Tyler Boyd.
They had the first round pick, Jonah Williams, who got injured, but he's coming back this
Burrow.
year.
Joe Mixon.
Yeah,
their defense is good too.
I wanted him over Fournette, by the way.
DJ Reader's there now.
They got a nice team.
Yeah, they do. They signed every cornerback from Minnesota. So they're respectable.
I just hear hella L's.
Yeah, like unless they, because in the NFL anything can happen. I mean, I got it at 3-13. I would like to see them go 9-7 or 10-6, but you gotta be realistic.
13 is the ceiling.
All right, so I think
It must suck.
you got everything out of your chest.
Yeah.
Well,
within the Jaguars.
actually,
Oh,
no.
whoa, we got it.
Nah, if he wants, he could do it. What do you got to say now?
Because again, I mean, I don't think that it had to go this way in terms of everyone getting let go. No, wait. Just hear me. The owner is why this all happens.
You
okay?
have the worst owner in the
Sounds
NFL.
like a bad divorce.
No, the Jets and the Jaguars, I agree, have the worst owners
Well,
in the
all
NFL.
right, I'm not gonna go worse.
Maybe you guys just
I
pick
think that
player.
I think that he is tone deaf though, because he's come out numerous times saying, "Oh, we need to win," and you keep the same people in the front office that are causing the players to leave. You know, I mean,
Reese Jones-Drew.
like at what point
Nice.
do all the young talented players on
David
your team,
Garrard.
when they continue to say that, you know, I'm just glad I'm out of Jacksonville. You know, Ronnie Harrison just tweeted yesterday, I'm glad I'm with a team that can
This
win.
was his second
And
year too.
He said, I'm glad.
Damn.
This was
he was talking about Cleveland as I'm glad I'm going to a team that has that's one goal is to win. Wow. And he's going to Cleveland.
He was a
saying
rookie
that.
last year, right?
That's mad disrespectful.
second year.
Oh, okay.
And he's only like 23.
Should have came to
He's out
Philly.
of Alabama, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Third round pick,
We're
and we
way
got him for a
better than
fifth.
y'all. We're way better.
And and going back to the tanking thing, that's why this doesn't make much sense to me, because how are you keep talking about how they need to win, but they just gutted the whole roster, and they're supposedly, if they lose, they're all going to get fired. You don't think they're making the playoffs? None of us here
no.
do.
Oh, I
So
put $1,000. You don't.
I don't believe the owner when he says that winning will be paramount in this and this, because you don't make the type of moves they're making unless you got, you know, a knock on the door saying, you know, I'm just saying this for show. And
Riv, you might put
If you wanna,
$1,000 on it that the Jaguars don't make the playoffs, and you'll lose 500
Why you say that?
because you know when you bet, usually if you bet on the team that's like they have odds to not do something or to do it, you don't get your money back. You lose your money.
Bro, what are you talking about?
So basically, if you were to bet,
yeah, go ahead.
if you were to bet on the Jaguars missing the playoffs, you'd lose money. Like if you bet that in Vegas, you'd lose money
How?
because they're not. Nobody's expecting them to go.
No,
Yeah,
bro, what are you talking?
you don't know how Vegas odds
Yo,
in the
am I
betting
bugging?
works.
Yo,
No, you're
next topic.
tripping.
Yo, next topic.
Not for real. I thought that was how it works.
Now, if there's a bet slide for them to miss the playoffs, and I put 1,000 on it, I'm gonna win that money back and whatever the bet was for them to lose.
yeah, the only way he would lose is if they made the playoffs.
Yeah, if they made the play, then I lose 1K. I don't know what you said to me.
But how much would you make off that realistically?
if I
though?
put
You make
1K,
like-
it would depend on the odds. Their
Yeah.
odds are probably really like low because they're not.
Well,
gonna
we're
make the
ranked
playoffs.
dead last in the league right
Oh, so
now,
yeah, so
and Vegas has us.
Odds are
picking
probably
number
like
one.
minus 50. So I'd probably make.
So, yeah.
So y'all are the worst team in the league.
I'd probably make like $300
so
plus
y'all
my
are
1K.
going
Yeah, no, the
$300,
Vegas
oh.
odds has us as
So y'all
getting
are going in as the worst team in the league.
yes,
Like-
32nd.
I think the Jets
Yeah,
are
because
like
it's the
26th
1K. But if I was to put 1K, like say hypothetically 49ers, right? Because they're not supposed to miss the playoffs, and then everybody gets hurt, I would make probably like $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
That would be OD. I don't know what you said though. You said
Nah, yeah, because I was told so differently. how this
Sources
stuff
are wrong.
works.
Yeah,
that
the only
source
way
was
you lose
bad.
is if the opposite happens.
I told you, man, I'm not a betting man. So, look, we're gonna go to the
Butler.
Heat now.
Dirty Jimmy.
Simple question: can the
You
Miami
look like
Heat
him. No, you kind of look like Kendrick Nunn.
a little bit, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
can the Miami Heat make the playoffs?
What?
Make the finals. Make the finals. Can the Miami Heat make the finals? What do you guys think?
I think honestly, I think they got a shot.
They do.
I really
Stop
do.
making
And-
that face,
and
bro.
the-
They definitely
The
do.
thing about it is that because like going into this, I said whoever wins the Pacers and Heat series was going to beat the Bucks, because after
You thought the Pacers were going to beat the Bucks? You just said
Yes.
whoever wins the Pacers and Heat. So
Yes.
you thought you're ridiculous.
No, I'm not actually.
No, you
But-
are.
But the thing about it is that I saw the way Milwaukee played against Orlando,
Hit that laughing
and
button.
there were too many times where I'm just seeing it and I'm like, I know for a fact that Miami can beat them, and I think, and I'm 100% sure that the Pacers can beat them.
Wait, what?
100%.
Yes, 100%
Please hit
sure.
that button. Hit that button, please, bro. Not that one. Hell no. Yeah, that was just 100. You was 100% that the
100%.
Pacers.
They don't have the personnel.
They
They
didn't win a game.
no. Well, that's the thing. I don't know about that.
didn't have
because you-
Sabonis.
I know.
Nate
I know
McMillan
he was
has
out.
won one playoff series in 20 years.
All right, but
Really?
one playoff
Yeah.
series
God.
in 20 years.
Wasn't that the
Coach.
Knicks?
Nah, I think that was with the Sonics.
Oh.
He coached
yeah.
y'all.
Nah, I don't think so.
No, I meant, didn't you guys win the same amount of series in 20 years?
Yo, this guy. Yo.
Maybe.
That's
Yeah.
rough. Nah,
Yeah,
Nate McMillan's done.
But yeah,
That's
I know
rough.
that the Miami Heat aren't afraid of Milwaukee, and I mean, again, like until Giannis can like continue to improve his jumper, because I think in Game 3 he was like 0 of 8 from the 3-point line or something.
What is he supposed to be? 4 of 8?
Well, you
broke.
need to at least make
2
three.
for 8 at least.
Yeah,
At least
like
make
you got
2.
Still, that's still broke. 20%.
no, but that
Damn near.
going on to my point, it's like I feel
What
like
is your point?
you're proving it for me right now. But the thing is like if he could just make 2 or 3 threes a game,
It opened up his game.
yeah, because then they can't just put the wall. They'd have to respect him somewhat.
I don't know about you, but I feel like What you said about Indiana was straight idiocracy. But
That was OD.
yeah, I don't know.
That was
When
so
you took
bad.
that
I mean,
one,
look, I didn't listen. I did not listen.
you said 100%. Yeah, that Nate McMillan stat shocked the hell out of me.
I did not have the Bucks getting out of the second round this year. Okay,
So you mean to tell me, hypothetically speaking, if the Indiana Pacers beat the Heat, you were going to pick the Pacers to beat the Bucks?
yes?
Okay.
No, because I'm going off of what I saw in the bubble. Because the Bucks haven't even looked that good in the bubble.
Okay.
They lost to
All
the
right,
Nets
so,
when they had
I mean,
like no one starting.
Can Miami beat
Giannis played
Toronto
like
or
10
Boston? That's the real question. Can Miami beat Toronto or Boston?
Well, first of
you
all,
say yes.
Yes.
First of all, Toronto's not going. So let's throw that out the book. Boston, Miami, ECF. No. Boston's going to the finals. Like
How many games?
Boston in 6. Boston's going to the finals like I've been telling you guys all bubble. It's Boston to the finals. I keep telling you guys. This is not the Heat are not playing the Bucks anymore. You can't build a wall against the Boston Celtics.
Relax. I got something to say.
What?
You sound like you were 100% confident. Whenever he has picked Boston to go to the finals, you never sounded this confident that you sound now. You've always been a little hesitant, like, yeah, they can make it. But right now you sound really confident,
Because I didn't think
100% sure.
Because I didn't think Miami was going to do what they were going to do to Milwaukee.
So you were going to pick Milwaukee to beat Boston?
No.
Oh yeah,
I was just going to pick Milwaukee to play Boston. That was going to be their toughest comp. That's what I was thinking. But now it's over. They're about to allegedly you thought their toughest comp. Yeah, they're done. Toronto, we got them out of here. Next round,
Series is not over.
It's over. It's over.
It's really not.
No, it's over. Listen, it's over. I'll tell you it's over.
He said that about Denver. So we'll see.
For real.
We'll see.
Didn't you hype up that Rockets win? And then y'all got smoked out?
They didn't get smoked.
Y'all were
They
getting
lost
smoked out for like 2 quarters.
They lost by
guys are
8 points, I believe.
Oh, good for you. You guys are trash.
They came back. Wait, it's coming back from 24 points getting smoked.
Wait, it's getting blown out by 24 points, getting smoked out?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
What's the
you-
final? What's the final of the game,
You
bro?
lost. That was the final. You lost.
The Rockets took the lead. They were leading in the fourth.
And then you
though.
lost.
Yeah, but
Oh,
they
so
didn't
you
get
lost.
smoked out.
You were getting cooked
Like,
by 24
smoked-
points, wasn't you?
Yeah,
What?
but
No,
that's
no,
not
answer
getting
that.
smoked. That's not getting smoked.
What is
though.
that then?
That's not getting smoked.
So what is it?
If the final result of the game was them winning by 24, then yeah, they got smoked, or at least like 15.
So if you're down by 24 in the game, what are you getting right now?
but what's the final?
No,
of
no,
the
no, no,
game?
no. What are you getting at
If
the
we're
moment?
watching the first half of the game,
Okay,
then yeah,
so-
they're getting smoked. But if we're watching the third quarter, they didn't get smoked in that.
So you
game.
were getting smoked, and then you ended up just losing.
But they didn't get smoked though. The final result was them not getting smoked. You said they got smoked. They didn't get smoked.
Okay, they were getting smoked by 24 points, and then you just
But
ended up
the
losing.
Denver series you picked, you said Jokic was playing horrible. You were wrong about that. You said
didn't- I
and
still
you said
picked Denver to
Jamal
win, though.
and
I
you
still
said
picked Denver to
Jamal
win,
Murray
though.
and you said Jamal Murray cannot win you a series, and he did that too.
Okay, he won. He won against Utah. Good job. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, and honestly,
You beat the team you were supposed to beat. Good job.
Because I didn't think
Should've lost.
Denver
that
was
Utah
favorited.
gonna, yeah, I didn't think that Utah was going to be up 3-1 like that.
Nah, they shouldn't have.
Denver
been.
should have lost that series.
Screw all that. Beat the Clippers. That's because you're not favored to win that one. Beat the Clippers. 'Cause you were favored to
1-1
beat
right now.
Utah.
We'll see what happens.
Back to
It's
this
1-1
though.
right now.
I don't think Miami's going to beat Boston. You can't build a wall against Boston. They have too many skilled players. You got Kemba. You got my boy JT. You got Jaylen Brown.
Yo, the mic is picking
Sorry.
up.
You got JT. You got Jaylen Brown. Gordon Hayward, I think he's probably going to come back. So, yeah, Boston in 6.
Boston is 6. Do you have Boston beating Miami or Toronto beating Miami?
Please stop talking about Toronto.
I have
They're done.
Pascal,
Pascal,
listen,
weak ass.
I have
Trash.
Boston beating Miami in 7.
7.
I think it's
not
gonna go.
bad.
I think it's gonna go down to the wire. I don't think you can. They just lost their first playoff game, like the last game they played, in which they should have won. So Miami's had a perfect slate throughout the playoffs. I just think with their personnel and the head coaching, like I think they match up well because Jimmy Butler, to me, he's proven this playoff series that
Excuse me.
would you say he's better than Jason Tatum?
Yeah.
Who?
Jimmy Butler.
Yes.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Butler is better than Jason Tatum?
Would you say that?
I don't know.
What the
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, it's close though. That's why I'm asking the question. I don't
wouldn't say
think
that.
it's like head and shoulders.
I'll still
but
pick Jason Tatum.
I mean, you got guys like Dragic playing out of their mind off the bench. You got great shooters. You got Jimmy Butler.
Tyler Hero.
You got Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero's a good rookie. I mean, Andre Iguodala. You got veterans. Jay Crowder. I mean, what they're doing to Milwaukee or what they have been doing is they just been smoking them. So I mean, if they play Boston, I think they match up well. I think if Jason Tatum has a bad series against Miami, I think they can easily lose in like maybe 6 games.
Yeah,
If Jason Tatum doesn't,
and that's the thing with
you
Miami
need him to
because
play.
it's like
You need him to play well.
I feel like they have like the defenders that can like
They have
Like they're not going to stop Brown and Tatum, but they can like bother them. And if you can like keep the game close,
to me,
you can take a chance with Butler with the ball.
So far in the playoffs, they've been the hottest team in the playoffs.
Yeah, most definitely.
Team in the playoffs.
Most definitely.
So
and the most consistent.
They haven't given me any indication that they can slow down. So I think Boston will win because at the end of the day, I do think they have a better team. But I kind of think if Boston wins, it's going to be a dogfight and it's going to be in 7 games. And I would not be surprised if they beat Boston because I was the same person that said Milwaukee was going to win in 5, and they're destroying Milwaukee. So I think Milwaukee's the hottest team right now. I think we need to give them respect and say that they could take them to 7 games and they could possibly win just because of how everybody's playing and the personnel and how their team is made up.
Boston in 6.
You know, it's not going to be Boston in 6 because Miami's going to beat Boston if they play. The
just
playoffs,
like Toronto, right?
The playoffs is about who gets hot at the right time, and Miami is the hottest team in the NBA right now.
Butler's that's true. Going crazy.
They're the hottest team in the NBA, and most of it is because they're 4th in three-point percentage, and I think they're top 5 in three-pointers made. We're seeing how good the 3-ball is with Miami because they don't have, like, talent-wise, they don't have top 3 talent in the NBA, but they shoot the ball so damn well that it makes up for that
and they
talent.
mesh together.
Yeah.
And you got some killers, man. You got some killers.
Together.
Like, you got Tyler Hero. He's a killer. He's clutch. Duncan Robinson is clutch.
Great shooter.
Cold-blooded players.
You got Goran Dragic coming off the bench, giving you 27. You know, he's a good player. I hate the way he plays. David and all these Heat fans, Jordan Wilson. You guys all know I hate him. I hate him, but got to give credit where credit's due. He's a good piece off the bench. He can light it up sometimes. I agree with you.
I feel like Boston, they do have offensive talent.
Definitely.
But
and they're really good
I just feel like Miami, they can match up with them well. You got defenders to throw at Tatum or Brown or anybody. Kemba,
they can bother
Iguodala, Jimmy, Jay Crowder.
Good defender. Bam Adebayo.
They got players that can really do well against Boston. So I feel like Miami can realistically, they can beat the Celtics. They could beat the Celtics. I mean, I'm picking them to go to the finals.
I said
out of the
Celtics in 7 if they win. If Miami wins, it's going to be in 7. It's going to be a dogfight.
What about you, Chance? Who you
I
got?
mean, like I said, I think that Miami can win. I mean, I don't. Honestly,
you take Boston though.
It's
if they make it, because we're disrespecting the hell out of Toronto right now because that series isn't over.
Well, no, because
it's not over.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. But if that shot doesn't go in, they're down 3-1.
It did go in though.
If that shot doesn't go in, it's over. They lose today, they're done.
That lucky shot.
That was lucky.
They just got blown out.
Yeah, they got smoked.
I mean, I would probably pick Boston to win in 7, but it wouldn't surprise me if Miami did win.
Yeah,
because I think that they have the defenders that can bother them at least a little bit. And if you keep the game close,
Riv, can I ask you a question? Because you're making a lot of faces over there and it's bothering me.
Ask me whatever you want to ask.
When Dallas won the championship, now I'm not comparing Miami to Dallas. Dallas was the 6th seed, and they were the hottest team going into the playoffs, and they just went through everybody.
They were the 3rd seed.
No, they were the 6th. They were the 6th seed.
They were 6th seed.
I'm not saying that Miami's gonna win, but I'm kind of getting that vibe from this team because
I'm not.
They're really cohesive. They're a cohesive team.
They're very well coached.
They have great continuity. I like Miami a lot. I'm gonna say that run is completely different than this run. You know why that run is different?
Why?
Because Dirk played Kobe and KD and them. Those are completely different teams than Indiana.
But they were on fire though.
Yeah,
Indiana and Milwaukee though. Milwaukee
had the MVP.
Let me even say it even better. Playing Kobe and Powell is different than playing Victor Oladipo and Miles Turner.
Yeah,
that's true.
We're like 10 years down the road from when that happened, though.
I wouldn't be surprised if Miami wins, though.
That year, though, the Lakers
against Boston. I just have Boston winning.
So why are you making those faces?
Because you guys have been, completely just hating on Boston. Like
it's not
not true. They have first of all.
Bro, I had Boston beating Toronto.
Let me start this off with this. This guy picked Toronto to beat Boston. This guy right there to the left. To the left. And then that guy picked the Bucks to go to the finals. That's who he picked. Now
I didn't pick him to go to the finals. I said ECF.
Oh, okay. So you picked him to beat Miami.
Yeah,
you picked the Bucks to beat Miami. Now
everybody did though, so we're not gonna act like that was an unpopular.
No, I picked Miami.
You picked Miami to beat the Bucks.
I picked Miami, but picking Milwaukee was not an unpopular.
No, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's unpopular. I'm saying you see how there's no Boston love at the table. The only Boston love is over here. Now Boston has virtually is going to prove him wrong in 2 days.
This guy is crazy, bro.
Boston's going to prove him wrong. I don't know
what he's talking
about. This guy's crazy.
He's going to prove him wrong in 2 days.
Bro, I had Boston in the ECF, but I'm not showing any Boston love.
Boston in the ECF against the Bucks. All of a sudden,
But Boston's still there.
Miami gets a little hot. They hit a couple little shots, and they can beat Boston. Come on,
they're
bro.
They're smoking everybody.
They're smoking the Pacers.
They're smoking everybody.
Who's everybody?
They smoked the Pacers, and
Pacers.
they're smoking the MVP, which a team that I thought was gonna win.
Well, I didn't have the Bucks coming out of the second round, so I'm really not surprised that this is happening.
Man, Kemba and them boys gonna come to play, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, man. Don't sleep on Jimmy.
You can't build no wall against Boston. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, you're not going to build a wall.
Have a different defensive game.
Well, you know,
Who's Tyler Hero guard?
Jimmy Butler can guard Jason Tatum.
And Marcus Smart can guard Jimmy Butler. What you saying to me? What you saying to me? What you telling
know
me?
that they're the best passing team in the NBA, right?
Good for you.
They pass the ball the most in the NBA.
That's great.
So
who's Tyler Hero guarding?
You talking about these one-on-one individual matchups?
Who is he guarding?
No, really
Marcus
serious question.
Smart.
Tyler Hero?
Yes.
Who's Duncan Robinson guarding?
You're going to put him on Marcus Smart. You're going to put him on a guy that can't score.
You just put two people on Marcus Smart.
But it depends who's starting.
Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson are probably going to finish the game.
Why are you even bringing this up? The playoffs are not about individual matchups, bro.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
They're not about individual matchups.
Team
It's
defense
a team
matters,
game.
too.
It's a
Team defense does matter, but when you have multiple guys who can get a bucket, that's why Toronto has a problem.
So
they don't have multiple guys that can go down the stretch and get a bucket.
Let's say if people do blow, if people do blow by Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson,
they're okay.
Okay.
Miami has really good defenders, bro. You're talking about
two.
Four.
They have three perimeter. They have three good perimeter defenders.
And they got Bam Adebayo, who is an
That's why I said
defender.
Three good perimeter defenders.
So Jay Crowder's not a good perimeter defender.
That was one of the three.
Andre Iguodala.
That was one of the three.
Jimmy Butler.
Bam
Adebayo. How many is
perimeter?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he's all right on the perimeter.
Yeah, he could keep up with guards.
Who can he guard on the perimeter?
He could keep up with guards.
On Boston, who can he guard on the perimeter?
Smart. He can guard Jaylen Brown on the perimeter.
You're naming a guy who...
He's going to start, though.
But
wait, he could guard Jaylen Brown on the perimeter. Yes, he can.
Jaylen Brown's not going to bake him, though.
But I don't know about that one.
But I'm just saying, you got players.
If Pascal's been keeping up with him, then so can Bam.
So let's just say you put since it's not about I think it's about matchups, but I think it's about team as well. I think you got Jimmy Butler.
You're saying that? You're saying that? No, I get the team part. I get the team part, and it would make sense. It would make sense. I don't know why he's saying that, because he's the same guy who says that team ball matters, and in Toronto we can all agree is the better team than Boston, right? Right?
Toronto's a better team.
Than Boston, right? Can we all agree?
I wouldn't say that.
You said that. You said that.
I think Boston's better on paper.
Yes, shoot. I can't wait till we go to the episode a few weeks back. We're gonna go to it.
Who's Kemba guarding?
He said Toronto is you said who's Kemba guarding?
Yeah.
He could probably guard Tyler Hero.
But I'm just trying to point out to you that there's a lot of weakness. Like there's going to be
Kemba's the same weakness defensively as Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson.
yeah, that's true.
Literally,
no,
I don't think so.
He's way shorter.
He's a pretty good defender.
He's an inch shorter. He's an inch shorter. He's like 2 inches shorter than Tyler Hero.
How tall is Kemba?
Like 6'2", 6'1". Tyler Hero's like 6'4".
Kemba's like 6 feet, bro.
I doubt
No, he's
it.
like 6'2".
He's not
Kemba
6 feet.
Walker?
I don't think he's 6 feet.
Yeah, Kemba Walker.
Go ahead.
He's at least 6.
Wait, so let's say Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, they get blown by, which they probably are. So there's no such thing as rotations. There's no such thing as picking up on switches.
He's 6 feet. Yeah,
You know
it's team
bro, you
defense,
do know
bro. That's
the
all it's about.
NBA.
6 feet.
Bro, you do
They
know
just
the NBA
measured
put,
everybody.
They put the inches down, bro.
Well, duh.
So he's not really 6 feet, bro.
So what is he?
He's like 6'1", 6'2", bro.
No, he is 6 feet.
He's
Somebody
not
said
6
it. An
feet.
announcer said
Talking
he's nothing. She's nothing.
Okay,
taller
and
than
KD's
6 foot.
6'9". Yep.
KD's not 6'9", though.
I mean, KD said it for the longest that he's taller. He just never wanted to be listed as a center's height.
Felt that heavy. So wait,
He said it before.
what'd you say? What was the question you asked me before?
I mean, can Miami make the finals? That's the question.
No, you just asked the question just now.
Yeah, I mean, if Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson get blown by, people are going to rotate. It's not like they're just going to let them go to the basket.
We'll still leave somebody else open.
How about Boston's bench?
Not if they pick up.
Okay.
About
let me give you a
Boston's
hypothetical
bench?
play real quick. Say I'm on the wing, right? And Tyler Hero is guarding me, right? And I blow past him baseline. And Bam picks up. And his man is in the corner. He's open. The guy that's on that side, he picks up on him. Pass off. That guy's open. Then he picks off. Pass off. That guy's open. Somebody's still going to be open regardless.
Yeah, but it's all about scrambling and rotating. There's some teams that do it really well.
There is some teams that do it, and there's some
the
teams
Rockets,
that don't do it really well.
The Rockets do it
Why do you
ridiculously
talk
well.
about them?
Because they're the number one rated defense in the playoffs. That's just an example of what they do.
We're talking about...
Yeah, but you just threw out a concept about defense, and I'm saying...
But we're talking about Miami's
Rockets,
defensive concept.
At the end of the day, bro,
I'm telling you, it's possible because teams have done it.
And it's also not
That's
possible,
what I'm saying.
though. The personnel is different in Houston.
Yeah, Miami's
Miami.
also a great defensive team, though. They're well coached.
They're a really great defensive team, but the personnel is still different.
Defense keeps you in games, man.
It does. They both teams play defense.
So to say it's not going to go 7 and to say
I didn't say it. I didn't say it was dumb to say it's going to go. It's not going to go 7.
6, right?
I said 6. What's one game more?
I think what he means, he wouldn't be surprised if it went 7 though.
I wouldn't be surprised if it went 7.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know why you're making those faces.
Yeah, like he was making these faces like what we were saying is
no, I'm not.
ridiculous.
No. It's just
Like
that
y'all
keep. It sounds to me like Boston. Hey, because I keep picking a team not named Boston to go to the finals.
I just said Boston's winning in 7.
I thought you picked Miami. So who picked Miami?
He did.
I picked Miami.
Oh, this guy's a clown.
But just because I don't pick Boston doesn't mean that I'm a clown. They're just saying something really stupid right now.
How? I picked Boston in 6.
Yeah, that's a prediction that didn't happen. So we're still waiting to see what happens.
No,
You're acting like that's
over.
a sure bet.
It's
Like,
over. It's
what?
over.
Ridiculous.
Between Toronto and Boston?
Yeah, it's over. Boston's gonna win next game.
So if Toronto wins
right.
next game,
It's over. Toronto's gonna win the game after that. Boston's gonna win the next game now. I believe it. Boston's
All right,
gonna win
let's
the next
just
game.
see. Let's just see how it plays out.
all right.
No, I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Boston's gonna win in 2 days, and then when they win, they're gonna play Miami, and then they're gonna win in 6, and then they're gonna go to the finals, and you're gonna look stupid twice. You're just gonna look stupid once because
Well,
you picked the Bucks.
If I look stupid twice, you'll be evened out with the Jokic and Murray take. So
No, because
we'll be good.
no. I'll still be up because you
He
picked the
said
Rockets.
that he
no,
said
stop.
that
You picked the
Jokic can
Rockets.
be
That'll be wrong
easily.
again.
He said
That'll be wrong again.
Jokic.
So
He
you
said
picked the Rockets.
Jokic can be easily taken out of a game
I did.
by Rudy
Gobert
Gobert.
and AD. I said that.
And he said Jamal Murray can't win you a series.
Against wait. Okay, you got to stop doing that because they were the favorites, bro. It's different if you're not the favorite and he wins you the series. But
they
if
were
you're
down
the
3-1 though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you're still
not
the
yet.
favorites though.
So
Like,
all
you were,
that-
you were
but
meant to win from
But
the
you
jump.
said Jamal Murray wouldn't get another 50 ball.
I did not say that, bro.
You said Donovan Mitchell would get another 50.
Yeah,
ball.
I know. I did say
So,
that.
I mean, look. All that favorite talk went out the window when Utah was up 3-1, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be real.
I mean,
What?
Not necessarily.
I mean, like I was more
It
disappointed.
did go out the
You have to
window.
win. You have to win 4 games compared to the other teams won.
But I'm saying I said that Joker thing when they weren't down 3-1 though. I said it when they were still favored to win the
You
series.
said it early.
Yeah, I said it when they were favored to
That's
win
why
the
you looked
series.
wrong,
Yeah,
'cause
they
you
were.
went
They were
cooking after
yeah,
that.
they were favored to win the series. If
Didn't
you're
he
favored to
average
win the
like
series,
26-9 and
But
like
even
10?
you also said Jokic was playing bad, which he wasn't. He was averaging 25, 8,
26,
and 5.
26.
I said he was
Yeah.
playing bad in fourth quarters. You just love this talk though. You love to
We
just
could get
twist
the
my words.
footage. We could get the footage.
I said he played bad in fourth
I'm not gonna
quarters.
lie, he hit the clutchest shot in
Yeah,
Game
okay.
7.
I did.
though.
Yeah,
I said, but that's what I said. He
played.
played bad in fourth quarters. That's what I said.
The footage doesn't lie.
I know, just like you
Footage
said.
doesn't
Just like you
lie.
said, the Rockets are gonna win and Toronto's gonna win.
Rockets are going to win. I still have them winning.
Rockets gonna win the chip.
I still have them winning. Yeah, I do.
That's,
I do.
that's bad take.
All right, we're going on to the next topic. This is the NFC East review, which is really just the Cowboys and Eagles. Who's going to win the division? The
Who you
Dallas,
disrespect? My team up there.
the Dallas Cowboys
Oh.
the Giants.
or the Philadelphia Eagles? Who do you have winning the division? Chance, I'm going to start with you.
I mean, Dallas does have some good offensive weapons, you know, and they got CeeDee Lamb in the draft this year.
Great pickup.
You know, they did add to the defense.
Got
Although
Zeke.
Gerald McCoy got injured, I think.
Got
right?
Zeke.
Yeah, they have Zeke.
Got everybody on that line healthy.
That's true.
Sheesh.
Although,
A new coach. Just saying.
yeah, although I'll say this, it's every year the Cowboys always have the best team on paper, yet for some inexplicable reason
They
they
fall short.
always fall short.
That's true.
So the Eagles did win the division last year, and Carson Wentz did beat Dak Prescott head on without any of his starting receivers. I think he had like a running back and playing wide receiver too.
That's crazy. He did.
So I'm gonna take the Eagles to win the division. They'll probably go maybe 11-5, 10-6, and I got Dallas going 9-7. But they'll probably make the playoffs because of the new.
No,
they
NFC
got
is
the
tough this year.
they got the new wild card stipulation, right? Where they added like
Yeah,
two
they
more
added
teams,
two more
so-
teams.
Extra
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, they'll probably make the playoffs as that. But I got the Eagles winning.
What about you,
I
JC?
guess I'll take this. I think Dallas has the better team. They got a new coach, got a great running back, offensive line's healthy. Got CeeDee Lamb, has some stud at the wide receiver position. Got Mike McCarthy, who is a great offensive coach, and you just have the quarterback who stays more durable than the other quarterback, Carson Wentz. So, just based off the fact that I think that the Cowboys just have a better rounded team, more rounded team. Hopefully their defense steps up this year because it was kind of iffy last year, but. Just in terms of just staying healthy, what they did in the offseason, the line being healthy, you got Zeke. I just think they have the better overall roster. And they have the quarterback who's not really injury prone. You know, with Carson Wentz, he can go down week 1, he can go down any week. So I think Cowboys
He's questionable right now.
Exactly. So I just think the Cowboys have a better roster than the Eagles and less injury prone. What do you think?
You want to go?
I'm picking Dallas, and I'm picking Dallas because mostly what you said, but also because of this stat. You know that no team that has won the NFC East has repeated winning the division since 2004?
Who was the one that repeated it, though?
The Eagles.
Yeah, it was the Eagles, yeah.
The Eagles, yeah.
They made the Super Bowl, right? The next year. They made the Super Bowl one of those years that they repeated.
That was with the McNabb years.
Brian
But
Westbrook. Rivers doesn't know them.
I think that this year, the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the division because I feel like they finally have a coach that you can trust. Mike McCarthy has a proven track record in Green Bay. People wrongly accuse Mike McCarthy of having problems with Aaron Rodgers, and they said it was Mike McCarthy's fault. But McCarthy, actually, the Green Bay Packers were worse with Matt LaFleur last year, even though they went 13-3. Their offense tanked. Their offense tanked bad last year with LaFleur.
Didn't they only have like one option, though?
Sheesh, Aaron Rodgers.
Mike McCarthy had the same thing.
Aaron Rodgers.
I
2018.
thought he had Greg Jennings, Donald Driver, and all of them.
Not in 2018.
Oh.
In 2018.
But you usually talk about that one year?
Yeah.
2018?
2018. So the Packers got better because of their defense. And the Cowboys, I feel like their offense right now with Dak, CD, Gallup, Amari Cooper, Blake Jarwin's probably going to take a jump. Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, still got a pretty good offensive line.
Iron Smith healthy.
Yeah, it's just I think their offense is going to be really good, and they got a better pass rush. I mean, he signed Everson Griffin from Minnesota.
Big signing.
To pair with DeMarcus Lawrence. Dentari Poe is there. He's not too bad. Still a pretty good linebacker core.
Leighton Vander Esch.
So it's just going to really depend on their cornerbacks if Jordan Lewis, Anthony Brown, and Awuzie can step up.
Yeah, because they lost Byron Jones to the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's just going to really count on their corners. They got to step up. But I think Mike McCarthy really makes them formidable. He's a voice in the locker room that people respect, and he has just a knack for coaching offensive football.
You think, Riv?
Now you ain't saying nothing wrong. You ain't saying nothing wrong. We lost Brandon Brooks for the year. Carson Wentz, he's hurt right now. Someone was back. Jalen Reagor is hurt right now. I don't know. We heard already, so I don't even know. Our schedule is really tough. I would obviously the obvious pick should be Dallas. They're the better team. They were the better team last year. They're more talented than us. They just got a new coach, all that good stuff. But we have the best quarterback in the NFC East. We have the best coach in the NFC East. We filled up a cornerback spot that we needed to fill up very badly. So and this is a big if because it never happens, if we're healthy, if Carson Wentz makes a jump this year, if we get our receivers, then I got us winning division just because we're gritty and we're tougher than them. That's it. Simple.
I don't even think Carson Wentz needs to make a jump. I think he's good like he is.
Nah, make the jump.
Like I think he's already a top 10
I want
quarterback.
that MVP back. I want that MVP back.
But yeah, I mean, I think I would have picked the Eagles if they were fully healthy, but they're not. You know,
Yeah.
Although
They got a mad
they weren't
injuries
healthy
right now.
last year, and they still found a way to do it though.
That's true.
And Dallas was more healthy than them, and they kind of
They're always more
away.
healthy than us.
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, but you know,
Because
I think
I think the year before that we both made the playoffs.
Yeah, like they always have like the best talent, but they don't always win for.
They've
some
had the
reason.
best talent in the division for a minute, like 2
the
3
thing
years.
about Dallas is I feel like all these years it's
Nah.
kind of been
Yeah, no,
up
because
to
Jason
Tony-
Garrett.
2016.
With Tony Romo, Des
Brian,
Bryant,
you know, and DeMarco Murray and those
We had a
guys.
better team. Wait.
with Des
Because I think
Tony Romo,
you
Des
guys have
Bryant.
more
Oh, no,
chance
no,
to
yeah,
start
you're
a little
right,
bit
you're
for
right.
that. Yeah, you guys still went
They've had a
10-6.
better
I had
team
to
than you
think.
guys
I
for a while.
had to think because when was the year we won the Super Bowl? That was our last like talented team that was better than
2017?
this.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think that Mike McCarthy makes a huge difference than Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett mismanaged the time a lot, and he wasn't that good of a coach. He wasn't.
Well, he was getting
motivator at all.
undermined by Jerry Jones too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Des Bryant always throws shots at Jason Garrett.
Terrell Owens too. Yeah,
Yeah, so they really don't like Jason Garrett. So
you on Twitter. Why does he still have a job?
yeah, Mike McCarthy's a culture setter for the Cowboys and need a change of culture.
Yeah.
And like you said, like if the Eagles are injured,
Yeah, signed up.
I mean, they lost Brandon Graham too, I think. Or do you still have him?
No, we still have him.
You still have Brandon
Yeah, we
Graham?
still have
I know
Brandon
you
Graham.
guys lost Malcolm Jenkins, though. Your linebacker core is not the same either.
It wasn't that good to begin with.
So it's just going to be hard for the Eagles. And then your offensive line is going to take a dip. I know that Lane Johnson's he's questionable right now for week
No, he's
one.
back.
He's back, but yeah, like, well, I checked ESPN's depth chart. They have like Q's next to him. The Q's
Yeah,
is like Jalen
questionable.
Reagor, Wentz, Lane Johnson. So
They
I
all
don't know.
should be. They said
play
they was
week one,
expected to play week one,
They'll play.
and then we got Jason. We picked up Jason Peters back. We still got our pass rush on defense. Our O line is gonna take a big hit.
How's
'cause
that running back looking?
Miles Sanders, different. So different. He not no Zeke though, but you know he's
He
not no Zeke, but he's nice. Oh, Brandon Brooks is gone. He's out for the year, so that's gonna
you guys have Jason Peters starting for him,
but
right?
Brandon Brooks, no, he's starting at left tackle.
Left tackle. Yeah.
I think RJ Dilliard. He's gonna start now. Brandon Brooks is gonna be a bad loss, but I can see us pulling it out. Our division is mad. It's trash. We're gonna get 4 wins easily because we play the Redskins, we play the Giants, and
I don't think that either of those teams are cakewalks. Like I think that you'll win those games, but they're not cakewalks.
but we'll win, right?
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
The Giants, I feel like they have a pretty good offense, a formidable offense.
They destroyed our defense last year.
And then they made some acquisitions on defense too.
Logan
but I really
Ryan.
like Washington though. I like Washington's their defensive line.
I feel like we're gonna split it with Dallas this year again. Go 1-1, 2-0 with the Redskins. Go 2-0 with
Redskins
Giants.
suck.
So that's 5 wins right there. Then we play the Niners this year. Play the Ravens this year. Play Seattle again.
Yeah, that's
It's gonna get tough this year. I don't know. Our schedule is tough. If he goes crazy, we're gonna win. If everybody's healthy, we're gonna be good. But I'm picking Dallas also because they're the healthier team than a durable team.
So we're all picking Dallas, and you pick Dallas too, Chance.
I picked the
You
Eagles.
pick the Eagles, so we got
No, because
Dallas
again,
and 1
Dallas
Eagles.
always has the best talent, but for some reason it doesn't
They
always
weak
equate.
mentally.
So
Said Philly, they're weak mentally.
and again, Carson Wentz he didn't have any of his top receivers and was still able to beat them. So
That's true.
Alshon Jeffrey's on the trade market too.
You wanted the Jets to pick him up.
He said
should.
that. He tweeted that.
They should. Why
sure.
not? Our starting
I'm not
receiver
saying
is
you're
Rashard
I'm not
Perriman.
saying you're wrong.
Send us. Well,
I'm saying I don't think he's that good though.
I'd love a receiving core of Alshon, Jameson, Crowder, and then somebody else. That's way better than Rashard Perriman. And
He ain't bad though. You
Jameson
told me
Crowder.
Brashard Perriman's
I mean, you're
bad.
picking up a guy who
Nah,
barely
he didn't
plays
play
though.
bad
Yeah,
4
that's
games though.
I mean, if you want
And you're-
Alshon, take him. He's injury prone. You can have
And
him.
you like Mims too, right?
I like Mims too. Yeah, we got Chris
relying on a
Hogan.
rookie.
You do really?
Nah, yeah, we got Chris Hogan.
Wow. I don't know. I hope we get something for Alshon. I don't know though.
So on to the next topic. We were just talking about this earlier. Series tied
LOL.
1-1. Can the Rockets beat the Lakers?
He called LeBron Prince James and he called James Harden King.
LOL.
Can the Rockets beat the Lakers?
No.
What you think, Chance?
No,
No.
See,
no.
you guys are all gonna be wrong.
it's
No,
not.
we're not.
Nah.
And listen,
This is
I,
why.
I
LeBron James.
Joel. I'm actually rooting for
Why are you
Russell
yelling?
Westbrook. Oh,
You're rooting for Russell Westbrook?
Yeah,
yeah,
loud in
yeah.
the
No,
mic.
I'm rooting for
You were
him.
rooting for Westbrook?
Yeah.
He's trash.
No. Listen, because I feel like ever since KD left, he has gotten criticism, rightfully so, because he hasn't gotten out of the first round up until this past time, and
And he's had 2 very good teams
and
to
he-
make it out.
Yeah, no, and he had Paul George, and so I'm rooting for him, but
Is it just me or does he still look hurt?
Westbrook,
Russ,
Yeah.
he just looks like
He looks a little gassed.
he looks a
to
step
me.
slow.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I
His
mean,
jump shot
If
is
he doesn't
broke.
show up, if he doesn't get back to Westbrook, you guys are really not going to win. I don't see it.
This is why the Rockets are gonna win.
It's probably something
They're gonna beat the
stupid.
Lakers either in 6. I say 6 because Game 7. I don't know if it's LeBron in Game 7. So
LeBron in Game 6 too.
Lakers are
Game
gonna take
5,
that
Game
Game
4,
7,
Game
but
3.
game.
Anthony Davis.
I'm taking
wait.
the Rockets in 6.
Okay, it's 1-1
He
because he
cooked
didn't
him. He
score
cooked him.
on
He cooked him.
PJ Tucker in Game 1.
And the reason
So
that
it's
I'm going to
1-1.
pick the
Cooked his
Rockets
ass. I don't
is
care.
because the Rockets are 3-1 since going small ball
Cooked his ass.
against the Lakers.
Baby.
The Rockets are 3-1 since going small ball against the Lakers. The one game being Game 2 yesterday. And
Are you adding the regular season game?
no, yeah, one of them was in the bubble. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just adding them because Anthony Davis played all those games, and that's who
I think you should
is
just do only
supposed to be
bubble
dominant.
games. Talk to him.
But then look,
0.
He had
Before-
a dominant game yesterday.
before Game 2, Harden outscored LeBron in 8 straight meetings. That's the most of any player in NBA history. That's why
I
James
feel like
Harden.
that's cap.
Harden outscores
when
everybody.
James-
No, I feel like
when
that's
James,
cap.
When James
outscores
Harden,
Because didn't
everybody.
KD outscore him a lot in the
He
finals?
probably
Yeah.
did.
I feel like that's a lie.
nah,
That's-
because
search it up.
LeBron averaged 33 and
Second
KD
most
averaged
is
35.
Yeah, I think
Second
that's
most,
a lie.
second most is Tracy McGrady. It's
James
8
Harden outscores
straight.
everybody.
8
Oh,
straight
8 straight.
in a
He takes
row.
so many
yeah,
shots.
he takes like 25 shots a game.
He can outscore
He only took
everybody.
12 yesterday and had 27.
All
Right,
right,
that's
yeah,
a-
yeah,
he went to the
yeah.
free throw line a lot, didn't he? Yesterday.
Nah, 6 for 12. I think 3 for 6 from the field.
6
So-
for 12 from the free throw line?
No.
Oh.
6 for
Yeah, what
12
the
from the
hell? Wait a
field.
minute.
He had 9 points off 3-pointers, and then he had 6 points off of just
He had about
twos
12
and
points
lips.
off free throws. I'm doing that math correctly.
Okay, so look, the Lakers are one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the bubble right now. They're 14th. They're 14th in makes and they're 14th in percentage. 14th. Rockets are number 1 in makes. And they have the best defensive rating in the playoffs right now. And what's the one thing that you say about small ball that is their Achilles heel? Rebounding, right? OKC was the number 1 rebounding team in the playoffs, and that didn't seem to bother the Rockets. They beat them without Westbrook being there for the first 4 games, I believe, right?
You almost lost.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
But they won. Why did they win?
Westbrook came back.
They won because their defense is playing so damn good, led by PJ Tucker, who shut down Anthony Davis in game 1 and had 18 points and 11 rebounds yesterday. PJ Tucker is one of the most grittiest players in the NBA. He's one of the best defenders, one of the best corner shooters. And I want to tell Riv, son, because Riv, whenever I see Riv on Twitter, he's always retweeting Draymond. Oh yeah, Draymond. Because I know you agree with a lot, Draymond, with what Draymond says a lot. You know, because he has a great basketball mind. That same great basketball mind said Tucker might be the best 3-point shooter in history.
He did it. He said corner.
From the corner.
Who cares?
Yeah, from the corner. I said from the corner.
He's not a better corner 3-point shooter than Steph Curry, bro.
He just takes more.
Klay Thompson, come on, bro.
Draymond Green said
did he really
he
say
plays
that?
with Draymond tweeted
Yeah, he really did. That was stupid.
Draymond tweeted it. And you have NBA players, Trae Young. Trae Young said this is going to
He's
7.
out the bubble.
Trae Young said
Who
this is going
cares?
to
It doesn't matter what he said.
Larry Nance
He's a
said
bug.
every team needs a PJ Tucker. Because PJ Tucker is that good.
Chicago don't need that.
And think about this.
We don't want
He's
that.
whack.
Westbrook had arguably his worst game that I've seen him have in recent history. Maybe his worst game in the playoffs.
I think that OKC game
in
was
history.
far worse.
6 turnovers.
Yeah,
that was bad.
Dort was just...
He strapped hard.
And the Rockets barely lost that game. They had a lead in the 4th. Then when Harden came in the game, that's when they started getting their rhythm back. They double teamed Harden the whole game. They're gonna attack that differently next game. But if I'm the Rockets, I'm feeling really good about this series. You turn the ball over 17 times for 27 points. If you guys know anything about the Rockets, they don't turn over the ball. They're one of the teams that protect the ball the most when the bubble has started. So that's not gonna happen again. And maybe for their careers, obviously, LeBron is the king because he has those finals. But
it's not a maybe.
But
it's
for this,
definitively.
but yeah, I didn't say maybe. I said, but
LeBron
for this,
better than James Harden right now.
But for this series, James Harden is going to be the king, and LeBron is going to be the prince. He's going to be the prince, and Harden is going to be the king.
This guy's a clown.
Harden is going to be King James this series. Because this series means more to Harden. This is a legacy series. This is a legacy playoff run.
And how does he perform in those?
He's gonna beat the Lakers. He's gonna beat
at all.
He's gonna beat the Lakers. He's gonna beat the Clippers. Then he's gonna go into the finals and beat the Heat or the Celtics.
You gonna beat the who?
Nobody can beat the Rockets in a 7-game series this year. Nobody. They're gonna win a championship.
Wait, what the hell?
No doubt about it.
Wait. Hold on.
They're winning the championship.
I just want to say
I
something
don't want to
real
hear
quick.
excuses.
Before you continue.
No excuses.
Who did you say after they was going to beat the Lakers?
The Clippers.
Yeah, they ain't beating Kawhi. Robot.
James Harden is better than Kawhi.
No.
He's cool.
Not at all.
Stop.
He's better than Kawhi.
Stop it.
Best ISO score in our era.
Who
Put some
cares?
respect on
Oh,
James
he's not.
Harden's
It's
name.
Kevin Durant.
No wins.
It's not Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant's better than that, man.
I would
No,
put
he's
the
not
ball in
better
the
than
that.
7-foot
Man is-
demon over it. Mr. I need a foul every time, anytime. Now, I don't. You really think the Rockets are going to win, bro?
The Rockets are going to win a championship.
Yeah,
They're going to
this
beat the
guy's-
Lakers this series.
If they
for
don't,
sure.
what are you gonna say?
If they don't,
Yeah.
hey man, I want to know why.
Wait. Better question.
Why?
If they don't, is it time to blow it up?
No, it's not time to
They got
blow
one
it
more
up.
year because you got Westbrook
not
for
time to blow it up.
another year in his contract.
So, like, if they lose, right? Say, for example, they lose, Joel. What would be the mindset going into next year?
Everybody's gonna get better.
I think Mike D'Antoni might get fired.
Hell
yeah.
I'm asking Joel.
Daryl Morey said that Mike D'Antoni's the number one priority in keeping him there.
LOL.
And he's the perfect coach for James Harden and what the Rockets want to do.
I'm saying, so
lose.
say they lose. Say hypothetically speaking, they lose this round. We go into next year. Whoever wins the chip, whatever. Everything happens. AD goes back to LA. Warriors come back healthy.
They don't blow it up. Maybe they trade Westbrook for somebody that can shoot,
So
but
you
they don't.
trade him again.
But they don't blow him up.
I'm saying,
They
so
don't
what's
blow
the
team
mindset
up.
going into next season?
The next season is that, look, let's say
Because you realize you're not going to win with this.
no,
small
they
ball.
are going to win. But
I'm saying
this is-
hypothetically.
but if I'm thinking from
Well,
your
no,
mindset,
you're not gonna win.
from your mindset, you'd think that the Lakers are the favorite, right? So
In the
if
series?
so if I'm the Rockets and I'm like the Lakers were the favorite, let's say the series goes 7.
Mm-hmm.
We barely lost to the Lakers, who some have winning the championship. So if the Lakers do go on to win a championship, and the Rockets lose to them in 7, I feel confident saying we almost beat this team that won the championship. So next year, we just have to get a little better, and we could get there.
But as you're getting a little better, so are they.
Not necessarily.
Better.
Lakers don't have any cap space.
And even if you don't...
Warriors are back.
Okay, so what you're saying is if you guys, hypothetically speaking, losing 7 to the champs, that's okay. That's like whatever. Okay. I don't think that makes sense.
I mean, I think as long as you have James Harden, you know you got a chance.
A chance to do what?
You got a chance to win. James Harden, you always got a chance to win with James Harden.
Win what?
Games. You have a chance to win games.
You meant a championship, pardon me.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't won a championship, but that's not because of him.
He never will win.
He'll win the championship.
What is he, 31?
Yeah, he's 31.
Oh, that's raps. Yeah, he's not going to win one.
He's going to win one this year, when this season is over. He's going to be the first bubble champion in NBA history. It's going to be even more. This championship.
When's it? Do they play tomorrow?
They play tomorrow.
I cannot.
When the Rockets take game 3, I just
you
want
could
you
take
to,
game 3 and 4. I'll still pick LeBron.
I just want you to apologize to James Harden.
No, because
the Rockets
wait.
win the championship.
I'm not going to apologize to James Harden because even if you do win this one, you're not going to beat Kawhi. So it just doesn't matter to me.
They're going to beat the Clippers.
No
doubt about it.
That's the worst matchup for you. That's a matchup nightmare for you. I don't want to do that.
Who can guard Harden?
Who can guard Kawhi?
Kawhi Leonard can guard Harden.
PJ Tucker what?
PJ Tucker's pretty damn good.
6'5".
He can guard him.
All right, we'll see. That's a matchup nightmare for you. I don't want to play them.
Nah, they'll beat them.
I don't want to play
They'll beat
them. No.
They'll beat both LA teams. There's no doubt about it. They'll beat both LA teams.
You hearing this?
Yeah, of course.
I'm telling you.
All right.
I'm telling you.
All right.
We'll just wait and see.
We will.
Right.
We're gonna see what we see every year. You lose, and then you're gonna have an excuse for Harden for why he panicked in the game.
And nobody's gonna care.
Nobody's gonna care, and then we're just gonna like, all right, whatever.
Next one. The real King James is gonna be
the
James Harden. So now we're gonna talk about the Nets move. These are your guys' favorite teams, man.
Yeah.
So first of all, let's talk about the move itself. Just give me a short answer. Do you like it? Do you don't like it?
Like it.
I like it.
You like it? Okay. Now we're gonna get into the real deep stuff, right? So we're gonna talk about how
that was crazy.
Everywhere in the national media, the Nets got some heat for this move. Mostly Stephen A. Smith went on a rant. He said it was white privilege that Steve Nash got hired. So look, I want to start with you, JC. Do you think that this was a white privilege thing that Steve Nash got hired?
No.
Wait, before you start, did he offer? Who was the people he said should have?
Mark Jackson, Tyronn Lue.
Did he say Nate McMillan?
Did he say Jason Kidd?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Did he say Jason Kidd?
He said Jason Kidd, Tyronn Lue. I think
Jason Kidd white?
Jason Kidd's black and white.
Yeah.
Black.
He mentioned Sam Cassell.
What?
I can't look at him sometimes.
Yeah, no,
All right, go ahead, keep going.
So what was the question again?
I mean, do you think that this move was? Would you agree with Stephen A. that it was a white privilege move?
No, I do not. Because Stephen A. Smith himself even said that Steve Nash was a worthy candidate. He was part of the Warriors. He was one of the player developer trainers helping Kevin Durant, Steph Curry.
He worked closely.
He worked closely with them. He was in a winning organization. He's one of the best basketball minds. He was coached by Mike D'Antoni as well, who's also one of the best basketball minds. I just think
7 seconds less.
I just think Stephen A. Smith kind of went overboard with this because I just don't see how you can think that this guy isn't a worthy candidate. He's a great basketball mind. He's going to help Kyrie Irving out. A lot of the players seem to buy in and like him. You know, Kyrie and Kevin Durant had a word with this hiring, so I think it's a good hiring.
Yeah. I agree with Joel, John Cross about this.
Joel.
I mean, like Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are the best players on the team. So whoever they wanted to be the head coach was going to be the head coach.
If saying it,
if they didn't want Steve Nash, then it wouldn't have been Steve Nash.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean. They're the stars of the team, so
I just think
if they wanted David Blatt, it was going to be David Blatt.
Yeah, like
I don't think nobody wanted him. I mean, who was the other guys? Mark Jackson,
Tyronn Lue.
So I did some research and
I didn't want him.
Look, I'm not denying, of course, this exists like in the world and whatever, but in basketball, I mean, these are players that have gotten hired straight out of their coaching career. Derek Fisher, Doc Rivers,
and Steve Nash is way
Jason
better
Kidd,
than Derek Fisher,
and Isaiah Thomas.
Doc Rivers too.
Exactly.
These are all players that got hired right after they finished playing, and they're black. So, like, to say this move was white privilege is ridiculous. I'm not sure if Mike Woodson did.
He played ball though.
But then there's another question arises that, like, okay, Nate McMillan got fired from Indiana.
Byron Scott.
And people
Williams.
question why the Pacers fired Nick McMillan and stuff. But yo, I just told you, like, early in the show, He won one series in 20 years. And did you know that in the last 4 years with Indiana, he's gotten swept 3 times?
Yeah, no, it's time to go.
So, if you're Indiana, you're going to get a new head coach.
Yeah, they had
Their team wasn't that good with Paul George.
They had some
When Nate
extenuating
McMillan was there?
circumstances, but
They're like 8 seeds.
yeah, you can't really defend the playoff record. But there were some extenuating circumstances behind that.
Yeah.
I feel like this was a good move though, because Nash is like a player coach, and if KD and Kyrie signs off on it, what can you really do? Honestly, you got to just rock with it and
Especially
go with
if Kyrie buys into it.
And you already know what Tyronn Lue's coaching. You already know what he's gonna do. You know what Mark Jackson's gonna do. You know what Jason
realistically,
Kidd's
like when we
Tyronn
talk
Lue's
about
not a good
Tyronn
coach.
Lue,
gonna do.
I wouldn't say that.
He's all right.
I wouldn't say that, but
in like the first 7 games of the season without LeBron James.
he had a
and everybody, that was
sickness.
great.
I think he was like he had a sickness.
He's better
He
than
was-
Nate McMillan.
Why? Because he has a ring.
Nah, not necessarily.
Okay.
I think he's a better coach.
I think
don't think he
Tyronn
knows
Lue's
anything
problem
about
is that he coached LeBron, so the
Yeah.
credit goes to LeBron. It doesn't
Yeah.
go to Tyronn Lue at all. Same thing that happened with like Mike Brown.
David Black.
Mike
too.
Brown had like multiple 61 seasons with Cleveland, and who's calling his phone to coach? Because
I
we
thought
know
he
that's
was
mostly
alright.
LeBron.
Eric
Yeah, he was
Spoelstra.
decent.
I thought
coach.
Mike Brown was a good coach.
Yeah, because he was the coach of the Lakers too, right?
Yeah, they were really bad
They
though.
didn't do anything with Mike Brown.
Wait,
never
no,
did
wait,
anything.
that was when they got swept by
He
Dallas,
didn't get a
right?
chance. He had Dwight and Steve Nash. Steve Nash broke his back.
He was like the coach for like 4 games.
Yeah, I like this move. I think this move is cool,
Yeah.
man.
I just don't know how you can mention Steve Nash's credentials and then be like,
And then
White
say
but
you,
this is the reason he
Yeah,
got
nah.
hired.
and then say you like
I
him
think
during the
Stephen
show
A. Smith
too.
was just mad and something triggered him. I don't know what would trigger him to say that.
I just think he
'cause then-
blew it way out
yeah,
of proportion.
and
I
then
don't think he needed to
he
take it
rebutted
there.
himself and he went back on what he said. So it was weird. I
He
don't
said
know.
it was
that
white
video
privilege.
got mad dislikes, bro.
It's crazy
Yeah, a
because
whole lot
in the
of-
video
yeah.
he said it was white privileged, but then again he said I actually like Steve Nash as a candidate. So what was the whole point of saying that if you like the guy as a candidate? Like
Yeah,
you
I
just
don't know.
contradicted your whole argument.
I don't know. It was weird.
Stephen A. Smith lost some points for me on that one though.
This is going to be our last topic of the day. This next one that's coming up, it's a little fun topic. It's called Sunday Pick'em. We're going to do this every week, but this week, week 1, of course, is happening. So I'm just going to tell you who's playing. You guys name your names. We're going to go around the
Who
circle.
plays on Thursday?
The Chiefs,
Texans and
the-
Chiefs.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to start with me,
And who
then
plays on
Riv,
Monday?
then you, then JC. Monday is the Steelers and Giants and Titans and Broncos.
Bad Monday night.
Oh, it's
games.
2 games on Monday?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been like that.
So, okay. First game, Riv, who you got? The
Chiefs.
Texans or the Chiefs?
Chiefs. No, Patrick Mahomes.
Chance, who do you have?
Chiefs.
Who do you
Got
have?
Chiefs.
I have the Chiefs as well. All right. Jets and Bills, who do you have?
Josh Allen.
Bills.
Jets.
Jets.
You guys are so biased. It's
Jets,
ridiculous.
baby. Packers versus Vikings at Minnesota. Who do you have?
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm taking the Vikings.
You said at Minnesota. There's no fans, right?
It's still.
It don't even matter.
they could pump in crowd noise.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Vikings.
Packers.
Aaron
I'm
Rodgers.
taking the Packers as well. So, Eagles versus the Redskins. Who do you have?
Carson Wentz.
Eagles.
Pennsylvania.
I got the Eagles as well. Browns versus Ravens. Who do you
Oh,
have?
wow. They played first week?
Yeah.
Yep.
Not picking Baker Mayfield. Lamar Jackson.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
Ravens.
I'm going with the Ravens as well. Colts versus Jaguars. Who do you have?
That
man?
shouldn't even be a question.
Jacoby Brissett.
Who you got?
Oh, wait.
Phillip
Phillip
Rivers.
Rivers. Oh, yeah, you're going to get smoked out. Yeah, Phillip Rivers.
So we all have the Colts, I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
yeah.
Okay, so the Raiders versus the Panthers. Riv, who do you have?
Wow, actually, I have to think about
This is
this
a
one.
good game to me.
I'm going to go Derek Carr.
I think the Panthers are gonna win.
Christian McCaffrey,
I got the Raiders.
best player in the NFL.
The Bears
I
or
love him.
Lions.
He's mad nice.
As Matthew Stafford is healthy. Everybody's healthy.
Yep.
Who's the quarterback? Trubisky started?
Trubisky
Yeah.
starting.
Oh,
Yep.
God. Matthew Stafford.
Detroit.
I got the Bears.
I got the Lions.
You
Seahawks.
laughed at that.
See, 'cause I didn't know he was going to say the Bears. So the Seahawks or Falcons?
Whoo!
The Hawks, bro.
Is it in Atlanta? Are
It's
they
in
doing
Atlanta.
a little
Doesn't
crowd
matter.
It's in
thing?
Atlanta.
You know what? Nah, I'm going Russell Wilson.
I'm taking the Falcons.
Seahawks.
Your boy plays
I'm taking the Falcons.
Jamal.
President.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the Dolphins and Patriots.
Cam Newton.
I think the Dolphins win.
Now you know that
They have the most opted
former
out players.
former
Yeah.
New England coaches actually have a good record against the Patriots. Oh well, Bill Belichick.
What that got to do with Cam Newton?
No, I'm saying that
Oh.
Brian Flores.
I'm
You
just
could beat him.
I picked Cam Newton.
You know what? I'm gonna pick the Patriots.
I'm gonna pick the Patriots as well. Chargers versus
You
Bengals.
see what he just did?
No, I'm giving you a stat. You know.
Chargers and Bengals. You got.
Who's the Chargers QB? Tyrod Taylor.
Yes,
Herbert.
Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod starting. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say AJ Green.
I'm taking the Chargers.
I had the Bengals.
I got the Chargers.
Yeah, AJ Green
Cardinals
playing.
or 49ers? Who do you have?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
They're gonna lock them up.
I don't know about that.
They're gonna lock them up.
I'm gonna take the
expecting
Cardinals.
Kyler Murray to have a
Cardinals.
big
I'm taking
jump
the
this year.
Cardinals. Too.
Wow, yo,
the
that's
Cardinals.
crazy.
Kyler Murray's gonna have a big jump this year.
Buccaneers and Saints, week 1.
Oh yes, Drew Brees. Yep,
Tampa.
Saints.
I got the Tampa Heat too.
Drew Brees.
Cowboys versus Rams, Sunday Night
I like
Football.
that game.
at
Jared
LA.
Giffey. Nah, I'm not even picking Jared Goff. Dak.
Dallas.
Dallas.
Got Dallas. Steelers versus Giants.
All right, guys, that's the end of the show. Steelers.
So we all got the Steelers.
Yeah.
So then the last game of the week, Titans versus Broncos. Who wins that game?
That's actually not.
I got
a
the-
nice game. I'm picking Denver.
Denver.
Titans.
I got Denver.
I
too.
believe in Drew Lock.
Tannehill.
So that
Derrick
does it.
Henry.
That does it for our
Jerry
show.
Jeudy.
Thank you for watching, and I want to
Derrick
thank
Henry.
Chance
Jerry
for
Jeudy.
being on the
Von
show.
Miller, Von
Thank you, I
Miller,
appreciate
Von
it.
Miller,
Ryan
Von
Tannehill.
Miller, Von Miller,
Ryan
Von
Tannehill.
Miller, Von
Ryan
Miller,
Tannehill.
Von
Ryan
Miller,
Tannehill.
Von Miller.
Playoffs.
Super Bowl ring,
Playoffs.
Super Bowl ring,
Playoffs.
Super Bowl ring, Super Bowl ring, Super Bowl ring.
Playoffs.
Is it what? He is Super Bowl.
Did he make the playoffs last year? I don't care.
So before we end off the show,
Have you seen your team win a ring? Oh, okay.
so before
Have
we
you?
end off the show, are there any
Yes.
Are there any final thoughts you want to say to Jaguars fans, or you want to let any feelings, vent any feelings out about the
Yeah,
Jaguars?
I mean, look, the owner Shad Khan has said numerous times it's all about winning. Yet you continue to keep the same guys. You know, you've had the same GM there since 2013. He's had one playoff appearance. His record's like 36-91.
Damn.
Okay, like, and no matter what the situation, he keeps surviving regime changes. He survived Gus Bradley. You know, he survived Tom Coughlin.
Yeah, that was the worst
and
coach
he
of all
seems
time.
to be the only thing that is staying there from this mess. So
You're saying it's all on him.
So get rid of him.
yeah, I mean, he picked Blake Bortles third overall
I'm sorry, bro.
ahead of Khalil Mack and Aaron
I'm
Donald.
sorry.
Thank God y'all trash.
And Odell and Mike Evans, and the list can go on
So
and on.
you just
I'm sorry, bro.
messed up.
Yeah, I mean,
Come to Philly.
Change your team, yo.
nah, I can't.
Don't
do
go
that.
to them. Hell no.
Nah, I can't do that. I can't change teams, bro. I
You
mean,
might.
Just go to a better loser.
Nah.
Just go to a better loser.
Yeah, no. Honestly, if they are gonna be terrible this year, then it looks like this would be the year. Everyone says Trevor Lawrence is like the most hyped prospect in a while.
So you want him?
He does.
I'm not saying
does, he
no.
does, he
I,
does.
Just
I
say you
do.
want him.
No, I like Gardner Minshew because like I think that he was very good last year. So I mean, if he shocks the world, then
He shocks the world.
he'll be the franchise quarterback. But I just don't see it because I don't think he has the talent around him that can help him do that.
I feel you, gangster.
So.
All right, so thank you for being on the show, and we'll see you guys next time.